cutting in and out, but if you disappear, I'll just add you back in. All right, so it says we're live. Hi, everyone. How are you? We are continuing Seaside Summer with No Good Tea Goes Unpunished.
Oh, we all got your copy. Everyone get your copy in the things.
I could hold my phone up, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the e-reader, yeah.
All right. Every time I say this title or just think of it, I just think No Good Deed Goes Unpunished from Wicked, and I just start singing the song. Yeah.
Yep.
Laura's here. Hi, Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Hello. Randy. You did finish.
That's awesome.
I know she was on Twitter earlier, and she's like, I have 2 hours left of the audiobook. And I'm like, you can do it. Hi, Bianca.
Hi, Bianca.
So okay. So second book in charm shenanigans. So we're at a wedding. Everly is planning a wedding, and it's going off without a hitch, seems to be, until the groom is found dead in the surf. Dun dun dun.
Murder? What?
It was a murder. And what did we all think? Did we all love it? I know we didn't. Did we do star ratings last time?
We didn't.
We skipped right over it.
So let's go back to last week. Live and Let Try first. Ratings.
5 stars.
5
stars.
Yep.
And then this book is, of course, 5 stars.
Yes.
4.5.
And it's the little. So everybody who is watching, put your star rating in the comments because I would love to know. But Bianca says 5 stars to both. But yeah, okay. So there's a few things that I want to talk about, and
is the first one how Wyatt can take how do you say it all the time? A short walk off a long cliff.
A long walk.
Walk off a short pier.
Yeah.
Oh. I think a short walk off a long cliff would just mean that they get out of the picture a lot faster because it's guaranteed to kill them on the way down.
Not really, because if the cliff is too long and their walk is too short, then they're not going to fall off.
You're going to tall cliff. That's what
we'll just blindfold them. It's fine. Go walk in that direction over there.
Perfect. 5 stars. Liz. Brandy says 5 stars as well. Oh no, we got some sweating emojis. Laura, did you not read it?
Don't feel bad. I had to go back because I forgot about this. When you posted the thing, I went, oh crap. So I'm like, oh, I read it. I read it a year and a half ago. So I'm a little, but I did read it.
When I posted the reminder yesterday, I'm so bad about reminders. I'm like, oh, we're going live tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could tell it was well done, but my cozy. Okay, got it. Okay, you did finish. Cozy mysteries aren't your jam. Oh, here we go. I think I might have to stay in the comments. Oh no! I was like, you disappeared. I'll add you back in. I'll keep adding you. It's fine. Did you want to try it on your phone? Because sometimes people's phones work a little bit better. I listened to the audiobook. I listened to the audiobook as well. And
the audiobooks for this are great.
We recently found out, Julie had posted on Facebook that the audiobook narrator, she was actually recently in a really bad car accident. She was hit head on by a drunk driver, and she's still kind of fighting. So there is a GoFundMe. I wanted to put it in the description box. I just did not have time to find it and put the link, but that did happen. And she is a really good audiobook narrator. So
Ruth Plummer, she's fantastic. She also does all of the Virgin River books.
Yep.
Virgin River. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like, she just puts so much feeling and emotion and emphasis on everything. And it's just so great.
A lot of the times with audiobooks, you can definitely tell, their voices really don't change between male and female. But hers.
Yeah. There's a distinction.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thank you, Bianca.
Yeah. Or it's true force of a change.
Right.
When like a male's doing a female, it's too forced of a change of you know yeah.
And
That's
it goes
true.
into stereotypes.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the voices in this one feel very genuine.
I always think of the one that we listened to, Nicole. Oh gosh, Dare Award, the really bad ones. The Bourbon
really bad
Kings.
ones. Oh, the Bourbon Kings?
Yeah, the male narrator, definitely stereotypical, would go like crazy high pitched for any woman. And I was just like, we don't sound like that. Thank you.
It's almost like they're like a really high like falsetto. I'm like, stop.
Like you're trying way too hard. You need to be like our audiobook narrator for the first two books, I think, of the Scottish Seaside, or oh my gosh, the Scottish mystery ones that we read.
The bookshop.
They changed in the third book. I was so pissed.
I just saw that. I was like, no.
They do.
They do.
I hate that.
I started listening to it, and I'm just like, you're not the same person.
It's
She
always
doesn't do
rough.
the same voices, and I'm like, it's not bad, but like I had come to love so much, like trying to figure out like, are they really two people that are doing this audiobook and they're just like lying to us? Because it sounded, her male voice sounded like a completely different person. I was convinced that there were multiple people doing that audiobook, and it's really just her. So she's fantastic. But yeah, I was super bummed when I started the third one. I was like, who is this? Like, get out of here. You're not the person that should be doing this.
We did have a British character in this book,
one.
and I feel like she did the British okay because it wasn't like so overly British. Like
Yeah.
maybe like she was British, but she's been in the States for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's
And it
like
wasn't
kind of
super
losing the
real.
accent.
Too much.
But
True.
yeah.
Yeah, because the Southern accent, I think that's what threw me off the first time, and why, like, initially when I started, I'm like, I don't like this, because I know Everly was from The Sound of Charm the entire time, that she probably had a little bit of an accent, but in my head, I usually don't read accents. I just read, like, straight English, which is my own problem. So when I started the audiobook and she had the accent, I was like, who are we listening to right now? Like, but once I got over that, and I was just like, yeah, that's actually probably true to the character. I should get over myself. It was wonderful.
Get over it, Jen.
I know, it's my own fault. All right. I admit it. That's 100% me. And it did add to it. So this time around, I really enjoyed it because knowing and expecting it was much better.
Yeah, sometimes with the crazy accents, like I can't listen to it as fast. Like I can't listen to it on 3-speed. So that makes me upset.
Scottish. The Scottish one.
Scottish.
I was just like, all right, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, and Aaron, I meant to tell you this. So I remember you had telling, I know that we're going back to the Scottish one a lot. I did reread that one. Or I read it recently, listened to it. But whatever they use, like Ken for no, like as soon as you told me that, I'm listening in the audiobook and she uses it so much, and I'm just
It's
like
constant.
oh, it hurts.
It's constant.
Yeah.
I'm from Arizona.
And you know, I wouldn't even notice that. I wouldn't even notice that if that Scottish booktuber hadn't pointed out to me, you know.
Yeah.
Or in their video. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever thought about it either. But as soon as you mentioned it, I started listening to it. Now, like every time I read a Scottish book, I'm just like listening. I'm like, come on, don't you, Ken? Like, is that right? No, just say, don't you know?
You know what? That just kind of makes just like, I feel like I've been lied to. Just from like, you know, all like the Scottish books that I've read, or hell, like just watching Outlander, like Jamie says like Ken all the time.
Yes.
Not all the time, but he doesn't use it quite as much. I've been to Scotland, and I will tell you they don't say it that often. I will say
He can say anything anyway. Just he
Hello.
can say anything to me or
I
nothing.
know.
I mean,
That's
Peter
fine.
Grocery was fine.
He doesn't have to talk. Just show me your knees in a kilt. That's fine. I'm there.
lose your shirt, hold up
He
the
doesn't
kilt
even
a
need to
little
lose.
bit,
He
just
doesn't
in the
even need to lose
kneecaps.
his shirt. It's fine.
I can't.
Laura can hear your Arizona accent in your voice.
I was like, is there an Arizona? Am I Western? I was gonna say, don't you know? But that's a whole
Don't you
other
know?
that's a whole
That's
other
an
area.
Western.
My bad.
I wonder if there's a Jersey accent when I talk, but I don't hear it.
I
Everybody's
just
like,
heard it when you said don't.
Yeah, that's the only time I've heard it though.
everybody says there's certain words, but I'm like, I believe you, but I don't hear it.
I believe you.
I have family in Minnesota, and every time we make them say bag and boat.
Boat.
My favorite is
Yeah, there you go.
car when you're talking to someone from Boston. I do it all.
I parked in the yard.
I love it. I'm not making fun of them. I just love it. Like I can listen to it all day.
Romance on audio is so hit and miss.
True.
Okay,
It's
so that's true. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Like in regards to maybe like the more explicit scenes, or just like the audiobooks for romance in general.
Probably both. I have friends that do both. That they have issues with one or the other, and if it's done well, you can kind of gloss over it. I will always go to Jim. I'm going to butcher his name. From the J.R. Ward Black Dagger Brotherhood series, Jim Fragione, I think is how you say his name. He is phenomenal. I love him so much.
Phenomenal.
That's
He's
all
a great
I'm gonna say.
narrator. They do use Ken. I'm literally like, I had to catch up because I left off like halfway in season 4. So I finished season 4 and I'm in season 5 now. But yeah, they use Ken a lot.
Have
I'm
you
on
not
season
read the
5.
books, Nicole? Have you
I
not
have.
read Outlander? Okay.
I have.
So we read them all in 1
You're
year.
hurting my heart.
We did. Yeah, we read like a book a month. What was
Oh,
that, 2
God.
years ago?
On
it was-
audio, those books are just amazing.
She's
They were
great.
amazing.
The
but
narrator for Outlander, yeah.
We should have
She's great.
separated them by a couple months, though, because by book 3, you're like, okay, 800 pages of this in
It's
1
true.
month. Every month, I'm just like, I think we overcommitted.
I think we overcommitted.
And isn't the 9th book coming out this year?
Yes, I
Yes.
have it on pre-order.
I'm excited.
so
for it.
Go
excited.
tell the bees that I have gone.
Pre-ordered
Been
on
waiting
audio.
for like 10 years. Hi, Charles.
Hey,
I'm going to skip down to
Hello.
Charles's next comment. I'm freaking out for Ted Lasso as well.
This one?
Ah! Okay, that's it.
I love this. Explicit scenes and earbuds while shopping. For me, it's at work. I'm just like, turn this down a little bit.
Yeah.
It always makes me think of I can't think of it. The Beauty and the Beast. The Beast meme where he's just like looking over the thing. Because we all do it. As soon as that romance starts, you're just, especially when you're not expecting it. I was reading a book at work where I wasn't expecting it. And sitting in a cubicle, I have my earphones in. It's fine. But then, yeah, you're right. As soon as it comes on, you're just like, who can hear me?
Turn this down. Turn it down.
This is when my earphones are going to malfunction and everybody's going to be able to hear it. Yeah.
Or
my
the
Bluetooth
malfunction
playing
in the car. The
Yeah.
malfunction in the car, switching from earbuds to.
Mhm.
It's like my Bluetooth is just going to randomly disconnect and it's just going to
Yeah.
fill the lobby with just sexy sounds and moaning and he thrust. And I'm just like, oh
It's
no.
going to be at that point. And he penetrated. And it's like, no.
It would totally be during a sex scene. Yeah.
I was listening to an audiobook in the car and I had it because I have the MP3 player, so I play it through my speakers. And I had like 20 minutes left and I said to my husband, we're playing it in the car while we go get dinner because I want to finish this book. So he's kind of half listening and they talk about something about, a sex scene that happened in the change room. And Garrett goes, can we rewind to that part, please? So I get
I need to educate myself on this.
It's like feeling a little kind of way, It's like drums.
When I
when
was
it gets
moving
to-
in, my headphones malfunctioned, and my mom's husband heard some of the Wicked Villains
Oh,
series,
no.
and I was like,
Oh,
oh
no.
Lord, oh God.
Oh no, the Wicked Villains.
I was just
Drums
like,
of
no, wrong book to be
Autumn.
listening to right now.
right.
Drums of Autumn. What book is that, Jen? Is
Number
that
4.
is that
I'm looking it
four?
up now. I'm
I
curious.
feel like from like there on, they get to be like 1,200, 1,300.
It's
The
true.
paperback tie-in is 928 pages.
Yeah.
And I felt every page of it
Every
at that
single
point. Because
page.
you're 3 books in a row, it's just like, all right, I probably should get a refresher. I didn't get a refresher. It is still a really good series,
Yes.
but it's just
Nicole
like
gets nothing but kudos.
Seriously.
I feel like
Sure.
my other content is lacking, but yeah, this month is like just the month of lives.
I'm
I
so
wouldn't have
jealous
it
you got
any
to
other
talk
way.
to Katie Robert, though.
Oh my god,
That was such
I
a
would have
great
been
live.
freaking out.
so great. I've been loving these author chats, honestly.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I'm nervous for probably like the first 10 minutes. My heart is pounding, like I'm talking to some of my favorite authors. And then I'm just
Yep.
like, oh, okay, like they're super nice. And it's honestly, I've had so many people like messaging me just saying it's just like hanging out with a group of friends. Like you guys just chat and just kind of go back and forth. And I was like, that's what I really would like. I didn't want it to be such like a strict interview, but that's what
Mhm.
I really liked.
Mhm.
I'm loving it. I'm so sad we only have 2 left.
Mm.
Until the
But-
next time.
Until the next round, which is being planned. So
Yay.
thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I do not like Outlander. It could have easily been 300 pages.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now, Charles. I've read the first book 6 times. It's like
Well,
my,
Times?
Good.
I read it the first time under its original name of Cross Stitch when it was
What?
originally published. Yeah.
Whoa.
It wasn't
Wow.
called Outlander always?
No.
I
No.
don't know anything anymore. My whole life
I
is a
need to
lie.
take down an original copy.
You're like, wait, it was called Cross Stitch?
Yeah.
Thank you for the
I
name
thought it was
change.
a crafting book. I was very disappointed when I started reading the book. What is that?
I'd be
like, I
first of
thought
all,
I was
I'd be
going to
like,
have like great little patterns.
like, what can you be making in this craft book that takes 800 pages?
You never know.
And then she cross stitched till the end of time.
Yeah. It's a time machine. That's what. That's
Pretty
what
much, yeah.
yeah.
Charles, I paused your newest video to come here. Oh, it's so funny. So he says thank you. That's fantastic. Bro- Oh yeah, I really I'm glad that I started doing that because I'm just usually if I go out and I buy books, it's just willy-nilly. And now I know exactly what I'm spending and what I'm saving, which I love it.
That's awesome.
Haven't started it.
I know it's one of those series that I know I should read it, but
It's
I just
intimidating.
it's a commitment.
It is intimidating. I'll give credit to that. Yeah.
I mean, I've read the first book like 3 times, 4 times.
I haven't tried it on audio yet, and I really
I
want
need
to.
to listen to it on audio. Like it, I love the books, but legit, the audio. Like I pre-ordered the audio book for the newest one
Mm.
because that's how much I love it. Yeah.
You read Outlander 4 times, like the first book. You just didn't move on to like. You could have read the 4 books. You could have read 4 books.
Yeah.
Like, why do
I
you
wonder
keep
if he's trying
reading
to say that
Outlander?
he tried to start reading it 4 times. Like he made the effort to read it 4 times. Because
Okay.
that's the so I tried. That's what I'm thinking.
It's like read something. I feel like it, like especially in kind of like the later books in this series, they could be shorter. I'm just gonna say that, like they could be, because that last book, I literally remember one scene, and it's at the very end.
I was just going to say all I remember is the end. And I was like, how are you going to end them like that? I need answers.
Kept falling asleep and missed parts. Okay, God.
Oh, good Lord.
I have to catch up through 5 through 9, or 5 through 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Davina
I wanted
Porter
to
is
do another
fantastic.
reread this year before the 9th book comes out, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it in time.
When does it come out?
What is it?
Fall,
November?
October, November.
Maybe October. You know what? I've got this phone right next to me. Let me
Yeah.
take a look right here. Let's
Answer the Google.
solve that answer. Oh my gosh.
You know, they do kind of drag along because I've noticed that, you know, when I have like a really favorite ship or something, like I ship Jamie and Claire like so much. And I was just like, oh yeah, I just want to ship. I was like, oh, I would totally read books where they're just doing everyday stuff together. And now that I have it, I'm like, I lied to myself. I don't want to read them doing everyday stuff for 800 pages. I don't want to do it.
I don't know if that's
I
the
lied.
right one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Just catch up starting from book 1.
Yeah, just to catch up.
November 23rd, 2021, the hardcover will be 912 pages, which means that it's probably going to be a paperback of like 15,000.
Yeah.
Those 912 pages are probably going to be like Bible thin. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Paper that I can't stand.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
You always think you're gonna rip it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I don't even want to read it if it's that thin.
I don't know if I could reread it, Bianca. As much as I enjoyed them once, I'm gonna say once is probably all I'm good for. Maybe 10 years from now, I can try it again, but I need a couple years in between the next reread.
Yeah, like seriously, those lengthy audiobooks, like when it gets to be 45, 50 hours, I'm just like, listen, I'm used to finishing an audiobook in like 2.5, 3 hours. And like if it takes me days, weeks.
The audiobook is gonna be 28 hours.
No.
Okay, so that doesn't seem bad. Like 900 pages,
but that's
28
totally
hours.
worth the credit to me. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
credit.
100%.
I've listened to longer. Yeah, I've listened to some Brandon Sanderson books that are like 50 hours long, and I'm
The
like,
ones that killed me were the Lord of the Rings books. I listened to all them on audio, and it was like all together they were like 63 hours, and I was just it would have been good.
I read
definitely
all
say
3 of
Mitchner,
those
that was 50
to my
hours.
children with my voice.
I love Laura's comment here. So no good tea. We're getting to it. We'll get to it.
You must be new here.
The book discussion is the tangent.
The book tangents are coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We will. Hi, Bree. How are you? Well, now
Oh my
that
gosh, Bree, thank you so much for all your support on my latest project. You're just a rock star. Thank you.
She is, isn't she?
You make it all worth it.
She keeps texting me. She's like, look at this.
Well, now that Bree and Sarah are here, an episode in their podcast just dropped today.
With the lovely Nicole.
Yes. I'm halfway through it.
I have to catch up. But this showed up today. I finally found it.
Ooh.
Oh, the Dukakis Apprentice?
It took me forever to find it, but it showed up today. I was so excited.
Yay.
Awesome.
True. This is also true.
This is also true. Yeah. We'll get to it. I'm surprised at the 28.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe. I can't really remember. Yeah, I was thinking 15 hours is a lot.
Yeah, anytime I see a book that's like 12, I'm like, ooh, 12 hours. That's a lot.
But that's real time, right? That's not even with speeding it up.
Exactly. Real time.
I also feel like if you don't get a long audiobook, is your credit really worth it if you're buying Audible?
That's also the
That's my
big thing too.
That's true.
Like, I don't want to spend it if it's a 5-hour audiobook and I speed it up to 1.5. I'll be done in 2.5 hours.
Agreed.
Yeah. Just wait till someone puts it up on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Or get it through Hoopla or something.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I will always check Hoopla or Libby before I spend a credit on
First,
audio.
absolutely.
For sure.
Welcome to our live streams. We may read the book.
That may be our tagline now.
Not a
You should have that
guarantee.
running the ticker tape on the bottom.
I mean, in our defense, we typically do talk about the book, unless if it's The Witchling, and we were all just kind of like, meh. We talked about it for a minute, and then we got off on it.
Like, oh, that was so bad.
I filmed my June wrap up today and talked about that, and I was like, I'll link the live show where we don't really talk about it because no one really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just feel like we're being called out in this live stream right now. Just know you're afraid you won't finish in time. You have a solid 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
He's not wrong.
You're not wrong. It's honestly, it's that, it's true.
We're still in pandemic times. We need to talk to people. These are people.
I know. I don't think Jen like steps out of her house. Like she works from home. She lives there.
I don't unless I have to.
In the last
vaccinated.
Okay, let me see if I can grab
it's
this.
It's the 12-hour audio is a commitment for me.
This is what I've been working on. So these, it's not. They take a little bit of time to put together, but I'm almost done.
That is awesome.
You got those on Prime Day, didn't you?
I did. They were like $10 off, and I'm like, I've never seen you go on sale. I'm buying you immediately. So it was my gift to myself.
I like how when you posted your picture, you're like, they're not Legos.
Well, because oh my god, like
so many people offended.
No, and the reason why is because I was listening to, I was looking at some of the comments because I like to read them just to see like how difficult they are, and people were like, "Oh my god, these Legos are the worst." And then I got to a guy who was just like, chuckling. He's like, for all of you jokers who thinks these are Legos, like they're mini blocks, like specifically it tells you it's not a Lego. Like they are miniature, like my finger. Let me get the smallest piece. Hang on. I'll deconstruct it just a little bit, just to show you the smallest piece. Hold on, this will be easier to take off and then bring back on.
The book. We did enjoy this book.
This is the top of my pinky finger. Hold on, where'd it go? There it is. This is the smallest piece.
Good Lord,
No,
woman.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
My hands would be like, nope.
So when people are like, oh my God, these Legos are the worst, I'm just like, they're not fucking Legos, guys. Like it says in the instructions too. They show you pictures, they show you a dime and how tiny that like 6 of these can fit on top of that dime. So I'm just like, guys, come on. So yeah, but this has been so much fun to put together. Look how cute it's gonna be.
It is awesome.
It's not done yet, but
My arthritis is flaring just from you showing me that.
Oh my God. So true, Bianca. So true. It's
And I
it's just like, oh, that's awful. That's awful. That happened to you.
Oh no. Maybe if they were put away, you wouldn't step on them.
I used to step on my little. Remember those like green army looking dudes?
Oh yeah.
The army
men? Yeah.
Oh my little brothers, when I was still living at home, my little brothers played with them all the time. I used to step on them in the middle of the night and it was awful.
that's when you just take a whole bag of them and then like lay it right at the foot of their bed. So when they wake up in the morning, they step on it, they're like, ah! I'd be like, this is what it feels like.
When you're trying to be quiet because you're coming in late from work because everybody else is sleeping and you step on one of those. Oh, it was the worst.
That is so
All
true.
Legos are blocks, but not all blocks are Legos. It's
So 100% true. You have, yes. But yeah, so the reason why it's taking so long, I actually would have had it done by now, but I'm taking a picture of every layer that I do, and then I'm going to put a video together as it goes up.
Oh, neat.
a video
So
for your
nice.
YouTube channel that you don't have?
Oh my gosh, I could put it on YouTube, couldn't I?
Good.
Yeah.
It was my first and only, actually, because I also have, so this is my next one after that one's finished. Eiffel Tower. This one's going to kill me. I don't know if I can actually do this one in steps because
That's pretty though.
this
This
one
one
has,
to get to the top where it's just like,
well, yeah, because, and they're not, they don't look stable. So I read the comments and some people were like, I rage quit this so fast. And I was like, I won't do that. But at the same time, like there are people who go, I bought this for my 6-year-old kid and they were so disappointed. And then I tried to put it together and these pieces are so damn small. And I'm like, did you read what you bought?
No.
Like, come on, guys.
I'm sorry, what, read? No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I'll
is
stop
it
my
held
comments.
together by glue or is it just like free?
It's just freestanding. I literally.
They just snap together.
They snap together. Okay, there is some
Okay.
kind of locking mechanism where
Yeah,
you're
they
not
are
just laying
Legos.
blocks onto each other. So like a stout wind could just knock all your hard work.
You
No, I
doing
did
that
have to
gave me
super glue
anxiety.
the
I
little
can't.
lamppost though, because these things were not. I would flick them because they wanted me to put this on like step 2. They gave me the base layer and they're like, let's construct a light post, and I was like, that's nice, but this I'm gonna hit every time, so I did super glue it down.
Okay.
You kind of have to.
I 100% was I told you to pick them up when you weren't playing with them. But what my lame self actually said was, I'm sorry, are you
Yeah.
They're basically micro Legos. Yes, that is another yes.
outfit? Honestly, I feel like, with now during the summer with every single fan on in the house, like just things papers are just on the floor. My life is utter chaos.
So should we tangent and talk about the book?
Sure. Let's talk about the book for a second.
Yes.
But for just a second. Okay, who else hated Wyatt?
Oh.
As soon as she was just like, hi, Wyatt, I was like, get out of here. Hit him with the car. Where's Grady? Shoot him.
I just love how Grady was just there in defense of her. And I just, because he was just being such a jerk,
Yes.
he was just like, I'm here, I'm still sexy. And when like he came into one meeting shirtless, like he was just still showing like he had like this great body. Yeah. I'm just like, listen, you've been replaced.
We all know guys like that though.
I'm sorry. Like maybe if she didn't have a Grady, like maybe if like Barney Fife was the town detective. But no, like we have Grady. So you can just leave now. Thank you though.
At least Everly's not like entertaining it at all. She's shutting that down. Like, no way.
She was like, this is too fresh. You left me.
Like, what was that other one? The Patience Price ones where they were just going back and forth. I was like, I can't. I'm like, no.
Pick a man. Make it be Sebastian.
Good looking. Pick one.
Yeah. It's like, if you don't pick one, then all of you need to be together. I don't make the rules. It just happens that way. If you're not picking one over the other, and it's not like a firm decision, like it's like, even though she's not with Grady, she still made that line in her head. Like she, you could still tell like she chose Grady. They just need to all like just have a polyamorous relationship. That's just what I felt like. Oh God, yes. This when he suggested they go,
I was like,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so cringe, right? And I don't know, when he was talking to Ryan and Ryan was telling Everly later about the conversation about how Wyatt blamed her for her curse and that's why he was losing all the time. And even Grady was like, maybe he just wasn't good. And honestly, like someone was watching like the videos of him writing and he was like, yeah, he wasn't good.
It was Ryan.
Ryan, yep. That was the best part.
It was when she rescued him and he was all delirious and he was like, I shouldn't have said those things. I actually watched a video and he just wasn't good. I was like blaming Everly, blaming her curse, and really he's just not even good at his own sport. It's totally
Am I the only one that also thought Jasper was creepy?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Huge creep.
I'm like, that's
100%.
The woman's husband just died and you're like all up on her. That's disgusting.
Wasn't he the one that you had mentioned earlier before we started the live that did like he peaked in his high school years and like you can tell because that's all he posted about?
Were high school. Yep. I was like, yeah, we all know someone that does that.
I heard someone say it perfectly. It's some kids don't ever grow up past being the fastest in second grade.
Yeah,
that is so accurate.
When I heard that line in the audiobook, I just thought of Matthew McConaughey's character in Dazed and Confused. The guy who's like 45 and still at the high school games.
Yep.
That's so funny. He's supposed to be so old in that movie, but he's a baby.
Yeah, he's like 25.
My mom reads those Hannah Swenson mysteries sometimes since she has like 5.
Five?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
And I stopped reading that book or that series in like book 6 because first of all, she didn't choose. She actively, openly dated both of these men, but then she got mad at the other guy for being on a date, what really wasn't a date with another person. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, no. You are openly dating 2 men, so you can't get mad at him for doing the same thing, even though he wasn't. He was just on like a dinner. It was just a dinner with a friend. Like they weren't even romantically involved. I stopped with that series. I just like cannot. Even though I have most of them. I think
some series are too long though.
Oh
like
yeah,
how many murders? Like how many murders can happen in this one small town before people are like, no, nobody's living here anymore.
I know. I saw they did this joking study. You know the Angela Lansbury. What is it? Murder She Wrote.
Yeah.
If it was a real town, it would be the highest murder capita.
I swear I'm like secretly 80 because I love that stuff.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Like I love it.
Great.
Oh yeah. My sister and I would watch it with my mom when we were kids, like little kids.
It's on Peacock for free. You can watch all the seasons online for free.
That's awesome.
When that opening theme too is just iconic. You just hear it and it's just oh yeah.
You just know.
She wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowboys, but he's kind of a jerk.
Real fast, I want to say hi to my friend Cheryl. She's just texted me. Hi, Cheryl. She doesn't know how to comment yet, so I just want to say hi.
Hi, Cheryl.
She's working on it.
Hi, Cheryl.
She's one of my work friends that I got the book for, because I don't know if you guys remember back in, I don't know, December, November, I was like, should I get the whole series or should I just get one of each of the books? So that was
the friend.
I got my grandmother addicted now, so I have to get her. So she'll stop stealing mine. I have to buy it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as
I'm like,
Bonnie and
no,
Clyde,
you can't take it. You
As
can't
soon
take this one.
as soon as the Bonnie and Clyde ones come out, I'm just like, happy birthday, guys.
I know. It's
Don't-
like read this series for every single person that I know.
It's gonna happen.
Siri, no one's talking to you. Like, no one even said anything to you.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
My watch just...
I have an Alexa in our living room, and I was watching Schitt's Creek the other day, and the mom goes, Alexis! And at one point, Alexa goes, yes, how can I help you? I was like, nobody's talking to you, Alexa, go away.
talking to you.
That used to happen all the time. My little brothers would be like Alexa, and then my Alexa that's on my Kindle would start.
I had to turn it off.
I have a Google Home, like one of the Google
yeah.
Home Minis. And I came home to the apartment one night, and my husband was at work, and it was dark. It was the winter time. And I walked in, and I looked at my cat, and I said, hey, Gorgor, because that's what I call him. And out of the corner of the room, how can I help you? I swear to God, I thought I was going to die.
I would have screamed. I would have been like,
Throw the purse, throw everything.
It got unplugged after that permanently.
Like, everybody wants to get me an Alexa or a Google Home, and I'm like, I live alone. I don't want stuff talking to me while I'm working. No,
because she does it randomly too.
no.
You'll have a conversation with someone, you won't even say anything, and all of a sudden she'll pop into the conversation. I'm like, I need you to get out of here. Like, that's way creepy. Please, no. I didn't ask you a question.
When I had my first iPhone, I don't have iPhone anymore, but I was doing a project for school, and it literally, Alexa told me where in the area where I went to school, it was a good place to hide a dead body. Yeah, she gave me all the construction sites and
Stuff you need
place
to
to hide a
know.
dead body.
They'll be pouring cement at 8th.
Exactly. I was like,
Just so you are aware.
no.
You're like, what?
Oh, man. It just makes
Did
me...
you kill somebody?
Right? At least I know someone's got my back if I ever did.
I know, right? She would too. She would.
I just love like the old stories about when they were learning how to use those apps. Because I remember the first time we were in California and we were trying to go somewhere in San Diego, and she's like, please take I-10 toward Los Angeles. And I was like, you don't know how to say Los Angeles yet. It's too funny. And then, yeah, the only other good story I have is the time that Siri thought that our car was a submarine and we could go to...
Yeah.
She took us, we were trying to go to San Diego, oh God, what was it? The one with all the fish. SeaWorld, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, we were trying to go there.
Mammals, but that's
And
okay.
I know, I was hoping that I'd say fish and you'd be like sea, and then you'd be like SeaWorld.
I was
So-
thinking like aquarium.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking,
couldn't
the
figure it
aquarium.
out. I've had most of my Guinness, guys. Don't blame me.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, so like there's an exit before SeaWorld, and none of the signs on the side of the road were like, take this exit to get to SeaWorld. So at one point, Siri was just like, go take this exit, which is just like an island that goes out around, and then you can like turn around basically on the island. There was basically nothing else you could do. So we got halfway around the island, and then she's like, please make a right, and you go, your destination is straight ahead. And I'm like, if I go right, I'm going into the ocean. Like, I can't go that way, Siri.
You're like, Siri, no, I can't. And Siri's just like, turn right, bitch. And then it's just like you yelling at each other. Like,
That's what's so funny. My grandmother has a conversation with it. I'm like, Mom, it's a machine. It's not gonna.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, but no. I'm like, I love you, but you can't argue with it.
You can't, but sometimes it's great to ask her questions. If you ever ask them to tell me a joke, I think my favorite joke, sorry, I know that we were like way far tangenting on like all of the AI right now, but my favorite was I asked, I think it was Alexa, to tell me a joke, and she goes, what does Ariana Grande what does Ariana Grande want to be when she grows up? Anyone?
No.
She wants to be Ariana Vente.
No.
I was like,
Oh,
that's so bad, but it's also
lovely. That is lovely.
That's a dad joke right there.
Dad joke.
Intro.
You know, there's someone working in Amazon just coming up with these jokes. He's like, this is
I get paid
gold.
for it.
I literally didn't get off the floor laughing for like 5 minutes. It was so stupid that it hit at the right moment.
She hasn't had a whole Guinness. You've had half, right?
Like 2/3 ish.
I'm on my second Truly, so we're 40
But
minutes.
we all
in.
know I'm a lightweight, okay? Dad jokes are the best, Bianca, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead, Aaron.
Nope, go ahead, Jen. You were going first.
I was going to say, I listened to Dear Hank and John, and Hank always starts off the podcast now with a dad joke, and they crack me up. I'm just like, they're terrible, but they're also the best. Now you go.
I realized the other day that I was in a brand new stage of parenthood because my oldest, who's now 10, I told her a joke and she rolled her eyes and walked out of the room. So,
Oh, no.
Oh no, you're
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
You're that dad.
Bad years.
I imagine the eye roll meme of Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., just like the high eye roll. Like, that's what I imagine he did. Yeah.
The higher, the better.
Yes.
All the whites of the eyes, like, how dare you do that? Like, that was so bad. It's awesome.
Oh, Bianca's saying that she's not there yet. New level.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll blindside you before you know it.
You're like, wow, I actually thought that joke was really funny.
It's, whatever. Lane still laughs at my jokes, so that's all that's important.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, the Robert Downey Jr. eye roll. You're good.
It is.
It's a good one.
My other favorite one that I always send to you, Nicole, is what's his face that does the shh and then puts it down to the other guy. What's his name? I can't even think
Zach
about
Galifianakis.
it. Yes. And he's standing in the forest with another guy. And I don't know why I love that one so much, but it's a good one.
You do. She sends that to me a lot.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Should we tangent more and talk about the book?
Back to the book. I'm not going to lie. Denver was probably my favorite character again. I love that kid so much.
And usually kids in books are not done well.
But this one is, because children volunteer information. They definitely do to anyone.
Either make them way too young or like they're like 7-year-old, 40-year-olds.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, a 7-year-old wouldn't say that.
Oh yeah, he was just, I'm waiting for Nicole. You know the book. I'm not. Oh, there's such a great scene between
I know you can't talk about it.
Denver and Grady. Not Grady. Denver and
Everly.
Oh my God, it's too precious.
You can't talk about it because there are people here who haven't read it.
Every time they say like the dimpled hands, I'm like, because it just makes me think of my little brother. I'm like, oh.
Denver is 4.
Yeah.
4, okay.
4 is like the best age for kids, I feel like.
He's so cute. And I feel like the narrator does a really good kid accent too.
Yeah, it's not creepy.
Yes, because some of them can be really creepy and just be like, oh, no.
It's not like Denver might murder you. Like he's the murderer.
It's not like Pet Cemetery or something.
You find out at the end, like Denver.
And a shocking twist at the end of the series.
It was Denver all along.
Right underneath his dad nose, how would he have ever seen?
Julie
He
Anne
never would have
Lindsey's at
suspected
home
him.
right now
Really,
going,
how
hold
would
on
you
a
do
second
that?
here.
No, let me write this. That's actually really great.
Like when we read Verity, and that little boy was like Satan. He was so creepy. That Colleen Hoover book.
Oh God!
Oh, that's the worst book ever.
Thank you.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, it's
so I'm gonna take that off my TBR. Got it.
Yeah, what book's this?
Verity.
Verity.
Oh, it's awful.
Is it a
Verity
horror?
by Colleen Hoover?
But it's funny because Bree, who was just here, her and Chloe thought it was like greatest book ever.
I couldn't.
Honestly, I'm still gonna read it because that sounds very intriguing. but like I like horror. I like creepy
I
stuff.
legit threw the book across the room, and I don't do that. And
I would, but it
pissed.
was on audio and on my phone, so I didn't want to do that.
Oh.
It seemed extreme.
My Goodreads literally says, "What did I just read?" Because I legit no idea.
I know.
I'm like, what?
One of those.
But boy, is Satan. He's the creepiest thing.
I can't do that. My imagination would run away and it would not be pretty.
Julie's like talking to her editor right now. I was like, I need those edits
that back.
I need that back. I'm not quite done yet.
I have a 5th epilogue. It's gonna blow everyone's mind. Because didn't she say she's gonna have a few of them in our live epilogues?
Oh,
she mentioned that in our live. Was it 2, 3?
She should create a Patreon where she writes explicit Everly and Grady scenes and epilogues if she wants to.
I'm here for it.
It's a great idea.
I wouldn't mind another Geek Girl like 5 years later or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think
she's getting those rights back. She's getting those rights.
Ooh.
I thought.
Yeah, and then she's gonna like rebrand them. She's gonna print the second one. I'm so excited. We're gonna have
It's one of the series.
book.
It's one of the series. It's either Geek Girl or it's Patient Price.
Oh,
but she got rights back to one of those series, and
Patience Price.
Okay.
Oh, is it Patience? Okay.
So I think that was the first one because she mentioned that she'll finally have a second book.
Yeah, she
we're
like
allowed to say
wants
that,
to
I thought
like.
So we can have a message set now.
We're just like, yeah, she can do all this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
she told us that.
I have to remember which Facebook page she told us that under, because she has like a secret group,
I don't think that
and
was
then
a secret.
she has
secret
like
one.
a regular group, and I have to remember like what she posts under the secret group, and I'm like, okay, this is secret.
I don't think that one was. I think that. Hey, it's Julie.
Hey, Julie.
She knew it was like we were just telling trade secrets, and Julie's like,
yeah.
"Ma'am, excuse me."
Papers were burning.
We'll start. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And three.
Yeah, the prologue for the final book. Yeah, okay. And 3 epilogues.
I am fine with multiple epilogues.
Agreed.
I am okay
It
with
doesn't
that.
bother me if it furthers the story. If it doesn't do anything, that's fine. Like,
Oh no, I'm fine with epilogues being all slice of life. Like
Yes!
it's
20
just
years in the future. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah, like 1 5 years, 1 10 years, 1 20 years.
I love when they do that. Yeah.
I'm already crying over here. I'm not even sure if that's the scenario, but I'm gonna pretend like it is. I'll be happy with anything though.
I'm just gonna tell you, like when we do like the final book, because we're gonna do a live for the final book. I'm gonna be a wreck, guys. I'm gonna be a mess.
We're gonna wear all black. We'll be in mourning. We'll have tissues.
Oh, are we gonna dress up? Is that?
Yeah.
We're just gonna wear our best funeral clothes.
Yep.
Dress up like the character and cut off and flip flops.
Oh, I love POVs from other characters. Sorry.
The last episode is Grady's POV. Okay, I'm prepared.
I'm not. She's already crying. Now I can't do it.
I can't do it. I bet it's so bittersweet. I feel like the series, the series is so good. Like, I don't want it to end. I could read this for a 20-book series, honestly.
Although then we get into the thing with the small town murder that we were talking about with earlier. At what point can you have so many murders in a small town before you're just like they'd have to get rid of Brady. I can't handle that. We can't ever do that.
I will kill every single person in that town as long as we have this series.
I don't care. Grady is ever.
Just Everly and Grady in a house with boarded windows.
They're no longer safe out here, guys. We have to move.
I'm not over Kitty Couture either. Okay, I don't remember who I tagged in it, but I tagged a couple people. And let me just tell you, those Siamese cats on Instagram, it was on my story for a while.
Oh my god.
They look so much like the Siamese cats from Cat Got Your Cash.
And I'm not the biggest cat person, but they are adorable.
They were super cute with the whole head tilt.
Yeah. A head tilt with any animal is the cutest thing on the planet.
Yeah, the little what? You're talking to me? You're talking to me? Yes, I am talking to you, cute little face.
My puppy, those who follow me on Twitter, you know that she's having a little bit of another bout with vestibular disease. And so one of the symptoms is the head tilt. So she's just cute all the time now. But it's because she's like, she has like an imbalance because something is swelling. And so that's, you know, so I'm just like, why is one of these symptoms so cute? The others is her like falling over and like, you know, like her eyes are all twitchy, you know, so it's like when she first had it back at the beginning of the year, I seriously thought she had a stroke. And our vet is like, it's very common. The symptoms to this disease are very common to a stroke, but she just takes some like high dose steroids to get the swelling down and she's fine. But she, you know, she recently, she got it again. So she'll probably be on steroids for the rest of her life. But
what girl?
She's 15.
Poor
you know, so she's, you know.
Yeah,
I can't.
get you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm gonna. Okay.
Okay. Just like let's talk about. I'm trying to think of something cute around me, and I'm like, I got nothing.
Oh, do you guys want to see this? Let's see.
Tangent. Somebody talk about
Brady shirtless. Think of Brady shirtless.
Okay, here's a manga of Pride and Prejudice that I got from the library.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Send me a picture of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's got a good picture. Okay, here's the 5. I'll try and get.
Ooh.
Wow.
So here's the 5 sisters in manga.
That is awesome.
I want that. Send me a picture
I can't wait
of
to
it.
dig into it. Yeah.
I know.
I'm just dipping my toes into manga, so I'm trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah, I've only started with Dick Fight Island. I'm a little
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep going, guys. I'm gonna
I think
keep
you've just
going.
been ruined, Jen.
Like I'm never reading manga again.
I mean, when you have cat manga like this, it's too cute for words.
Yes.
This I'll read.
The one I started with was Nana. It's like 15
I don't think I've heard of that.
in now.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
It's very like slice of lifey
That one.
kind of thing.
Okay.
I need that.
Yeah.
Do you need the Pride? I do too.
Yeah.
I need the Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
Nicole's just like, give me 1 second, guys.
1 second, why?
Bye.
You need to do
Daijah, can you try to log on with your phone? But I know it's like, must look into it. Yes. She's from Kent, not far from me. Yes.
Oh, savage.
No, Bianca, I haven't read it yet, but I did buy the box set because you told me to read it.
Oh.
And they're so cute pictures. So I'm like, I'm really looking forward to reading it, but I also feel like it's going to breeze by too fast. And I'm just like, I need to savor the moment.
That's my problem with manga is like I finish it so quickly and it's so expensive to purchase it.
Look how cute this cat is.
And I'm like, I'll be done it within like an hour.
Your biggest metro library that you have access to is your friend with
awesome.
manga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sleeping. Oh my God, it's sleeping. Look at that little kitty.
So cute.
The rest of the live is just Jen going through that manga.
Oh my gosh, can I gush for a moment? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Okay, so in my latest vlog about the Harlequin Presents book I read, my cat Pumpkin popped up for the video, and Danny Collins, the author of the book, asked her name and everything. And Harlequin Books Twitter was like, "Oh, she looks perfect to put in the future book," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I die."
That would be so awesome.
I love it.
Amazing.
You sound like
my
me.
cat is gonna be famous.
Right?
You sound like me when Stephen Graham Jones liked my review for one of his books. I like freaked out.
I know.
Yeah, right.
I like freaked out. I was like, oh my god.
It was like Stephen
can't.
Graham Jones was talking to me. Hello.
I still remember the time that Julie Anne Lindsey like friend requested me on Facebook. I screenshot it. I sent it to Nicole. I'm like, look, she wants to be my friend. Like, she likes me. Like the amount of specialness that I felt, I was just like, I have been chosen. I am worthy.
I have been chosen.
On my birthday back in March, you know, on Facebook, everybody like wishes you a happy birthday. Julie Anne Lindsey was the first person. And I said to my husband,
awesome.
she beat you.
I'm just saying, like, Julie Anne Lindsey loves me more than you do.
Right?
Because she was the first one. You should just think about that for next year.
You know, up the game.
That is so funny, but awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real fast, I'm gonna do it again because my other friend from work that I also got into this is now watching. So hi, Lisa, how are you?
Hi, Lisa.
I'm not sure she's gonna comment, but I just want to say hi. All right, now we can continue talking about the book. We didn't get far, guys.
We talked about it for like 5 minutes. No.
I thought Pete was weird too. The business partner. That whole he was weird.
Although they explained it at the end, which made me feel a little bit better.
I know, but the whole thing about like your friend just died and you were talking about missing Maui, like that kind of was like,
very shallow. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I'm going on a trip with my friends. Well, your friend died, so you should be a little sad about that. Not the trip that you missed out on.
You kept going on your friend's honeymoon with them.
That's
really weird to me. I'm sorry. Like, I want no one around. Like, if I ever get married, no.
He was appalled. He was like, I'm not going to spend our honeymoon with them. I'm going to this hotel. It was just like all like bikini clad women.
Weird.
Pete was very weird.
Yeah.
Even the widow, I was very suspicious of the widow, especially with Jasper and how close they were. It's just like, this is
I thought it was like a tag team thing between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I read it. That was the first person that I suspected. I honestly, are we okay to spoil? I mean, we're about an hour in. Are we okay to spoil the killer?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. So the ex-girlfriend, like creepy stalker lady, because that's what I'm gonna call her at this point. The first time I read this wasn't even on my radar. I was just like, oh, that's nice. She came here. Oh, so sad that her person died. But you weren't the one she married, so it's fine. I was suspecting like everyone else. Yeah, Jasper. Okay, Jasper. I'm sorry. I listened to it really fast. I totally suspected the wife and him because they had a really creepy relationship, and he kept leaving the door unlocked, and that was like, but I don't have a key.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Lock yourself out.
This is not your house. This is not your house. Gosh. Yeah. I did not.
There were like half a dozen people staying there, so someone could have let him in, right?
Yeah. Right.
Anyway.
What's her name? Cynthia? That was her name?
I think so. It was a
Cynthia
C name.
Was the act? This was the book that I guessed the killer because I knew.
I thought it might have been her. Yeah.
That whole thing where she's like, it was like just a whole, it just seemed like she was on the stage, when she
showed up with the
wedding, and she was like in a taxi with her suitcase, and she's like, wait, and I'm just like, okay, like someone hand her Oscar because my God. I came to stop before it was too late, but my flight got delayed. I'm like, okay, you murdered him. It's fine.
Yeah, completely went over my head. I was just like, oh no, you missed your chance. Like,
but I also got a second chance romance. If he was in love with Judy, why did he still have the bracelet on? That's weird.
Also true.
Like, if you're still so in love with your soon-to-be wife, like, why the hell are you still wearing jewelry from your ex-girlfriend?
On your wedding day, no less.
Right,
yeah.
He was planning to cheat.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That was the impression that I got that, because when we had found out that she had come, not on Friday, the wedding, but she had been there since Wednesday, and they had talked, what I was getting was that they did cheat. Like, he did cheat on, like, he was getting cold feet, and, like, he went over there and they did the
do.
Sex. They did the sex. And I'm just like, yeah.
Well, and then at that point, I thought that the Cynthia and Jasper, I 100% at that point thought that they were going to be together at that point, and then it was just like a 4-person relationship. I'm like, that's not okay, guys. This is a cozy mystery. You're in a small town. Come on.
Sorry. Did I just step into a menage? What is this?
Meanwhile, Nicole's like, this is fantastic.
Give me the menage. I'm totally fine. Is someone being pegged? I just want to know.
It's my friend Cheryl. She found out how to do it.
Finally got it. Finally, I got the comments. I love it. I don't think he was super in love with Judy. He cheated while they were engaged with it. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And then,
And
but she brought over pancakes, and then I was like, "You're bringing your ex pancakes? Like he left you? Like get over that guy. He's not worth it."
he, this like I feel like the whole thing with Judy, it's like they had after their first date, she had moved in, and then he proposed
like a week later.
like.
Mhm.
And I was just, and that was actually probably like one of my, that was one of my Post-it notes. My second Post-it note, actually, is just that I try to imagine a man who could make me want to stop working and move into his house less than a week after meeting him. But my imagination wasn't that good. I'm like, I'm sorry. Have you met Grady? He's like right there. It's fine.
But they got married like 6 months. What was it? 6 months after that first date. Like
Yeah.
that is like that's a guy planning to kill you. I'm sorry. No, that's a guy planning to kill you for the insurance money. No.
Those of you who are married, how long was your engagement? I just want to know.
1 year.
1 year. Okay.
We were engaged within a month.
Oh,
Really?
Oh my
like
God! Here we are,
11th
like
or
bad talking it, and Sarah's like,
Our 11th anniversary is this Saturday.
Oh.
Happy
Nice.
early
Happy
oh,
anniversary.
I've had too much alcohol.
No,
Happy early
he has
anniversary.
no money, so he knows I'm not trying to kill him for the insurance money.
Well, we're talking anniversaries and birthdays. Happy early birthday to Nicole. That'll be next week when we
Happy
are off.
birthday.
Happy belated
Yay.
birthday to Julie Anne Lindsey, whose birthday was last week.
Yeah,
Happy
it was the
birthday.
15th. It was the 15th.
Before we leave, we should probably say July 27th. The third book in this series comes
Yeah.
out.
So many.
Yay!
What else am I missing? Who else has had an anniversary? Go, guys! If you've had an anniversary, I can't remember everybody.
May 3rd, I had my 10th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
How long were y'all engaged?
I don't know. So this might sound bad, but Lane was
Lane, are you
pregnant
watching?
by the 5th
Lane, are
week
you
when we started dating. So
Okay.
but
Oh, yeah.
but weirdly enough, we had already discussed that situation and what would happen there. So yeah.
That's cute. I think the only reason why I didn't marry my husband sooner is because we were still in high school. So
You've said that before, yeah.
Well, you lucked out. You met him at what, 15?
yeah,
Yeah, you lucked out.
we're not the rule. It's the exception for sure. High school sweethearts and all.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, but you know what? If it's working out, it's working out, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
It's working. Yeah. So we started. That was 2005. Is when I was 15. Yikes.
I know. I thought about that
You're
the
the
other
same
day.
age.
I was like, ooh.
I was old.
It's like suddenly I feel real old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just having like an external crisis, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be 32.
Oh, please.
Please.
My 31st, this year, I kind of freaked out. I figured I would freak out on my 30th. I freaked out this year. I was like, oh my God,
Really?
what am I gonna do?
I remember crying on my 30th birthday. And then,
Crying?
yeah,
That was
crying
me
because I
this
was
year.
30. Yeah.
I was too stressed on my 30th birthday. 2 days before that is when we got Jack Ryan, and like we had just taken him to the vet, so he had gotten all of his shots. And so some cats will react where they're just very lethargic. And I'm like, oh my God, we just killed this cat. Like he's not doing anything. He's just sleeping. He's not eating. He's not drinking water. Like I was just like, I'm not having a good 30th, guys. I'm like, I'm real nervous right now.
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
My
Yeah,
30th
I
birthday
remember
was the week everything shut down with COVID.
Oh,
Oh.
ouch.
So,
Yeah.
Well, you'll always remember it.
Yeah,
Sadly
exactly.
true.
I think part of the
Jersey shut down on the 16th. My birthday's on the 19th of March.
I think the reason I had such an issue on my 30th birthday was because it was my younger brother's wife-to-be's bridal shower the same day as my 30th.
Oh,
So we went and had this big bridal shower for her. no one says boo to me, right? I'm
No.
like, okay, it's not about me. That's fine. It's about her. But still, at the end of the night, we're leaving. My grandmother goes, "It's your birthday, isn't it?"
Like, thanks, Grandma.
Oh no!
Oh,
Your own grandma.
wow.
I'm like, thanks.
Oh God!
It's kind of like 16 Candles, where everyone forgets it's her birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Oh.
and then it was after my brother got married. It was on May the 2nd that I met my husband. So my birthday was in March, and 2 months later I met my husband.
Aw.
Yeah. So
Made,
it all worked out in the end. Maybe
Yeah.
I was pre-crying for something else.
Well, Jen's birthday's coming up because I'm only like a week older than Jen.
I know, but we're gonna have a live before then, so I'll just drop my birthday in there like that live. It's fine.
You're like, just sprinkle that there.
Mic drop.
Ooh, Bianca's an age gap. Okay. Who's older? Because I'm actually really enjoying the older woman, younger man age gap.
Yeah, you are, Nicole. I read something and I'm like, I can't. The second
you read
the word
40
daddy
Love?
came out of the mouth, I was like, oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh, it's so
Yes,
good.
I'm with you, Jen.
I just read 40 Love
It's
by
so
Olivia
good.
Day. It's so good.
Like,
But-
I cringe. Like, my stomach hurt the whole time. I was like, I feel like I'm going to vomit. Like, this is
For
just not
what?
right. The whole
Which one?
time. Madison Faye's the baby mountain daddy or something. I was just like, I like went into it not even thinking about it, and I don't know that genre very well. So the second I read it, and she was just like, "Daddy, yes," and I was like, oh, no,
Then
like,
don't read the first Wicked
no.
Villains because that's peppered through.
I remember you texting me about that, and you were just like, I was just wondering if we thought the same thing about this book, and then I looked at your review, and we did, and I'm just like, oh no, I've aged since that book. I now like Daddy King.
No.
I don't mind that. I just don't like hearing that word.
Uh-huh.
I have an aversion to.
Yeah, I didn't mind. Yeah, exactly. I didn't mind the age gap. It was the word dropped into a sexual situation where I was like, no,
I feel you. I
no.
can't do it.
No.
That's
I
the quickest
did
way to
not-
make me turn red.
I didn't like Daddy Kink until I read Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, and that's when I decided I grew as a person, and now I enjoy Daddy Kink.
That's
It's
my
not
least
happening.
favorite out of her, the whole bunch, actually. That one.
Oh god, that series is so good.
Yeah, the third one's my favorite.
Oh, the third one?
Wow.
40th high school anniversary since
That's awesome.
September.
That's awesome.
Wow. I had a mental breakdown when it was my 10-year reunion.
Oh, my 20s coming up.
That was great.
Nobody ever invited
I
me to
feel you
mine.
on that
I was
one.
like, are we doing anything? Like, how do people find out about these things? Not like I want to see anybody.
No.
But I was just like, I kind of am curious.
Student
Like, where's
body
everyone
government
at?
that should have. It's your student body government that should have emailed.
Yeah,
you or
so it
something.
was your last high school president that's supposed to be
Yeah.
organizing it. I know because mine is my so my brother-in-law's sister was my class president, and she was away. She was living out of state at the time at our 10-year, and I asked if I could help out because I was still in the area or whatever, but she had already passed it off to someone else.
So,
But yeah, that's who's supposed to be.
Yeah.
there.
And they were so good in high school. Like, they were on top of everything. So I was just
Mhm.
like, maybe I just didn't make it to this one. But then I thought about it. I'm like, next year is going to be, next December is my 10-year college graduation. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm really
like, I'm
old.
gonna go to that. I could care less about high school. Like I didn't like you guys back then. I don't think I'm gonna
I
like you.
didn't like you.
Sometimes that's your high school experience.
Right?
True.
Really?
Yeah.
Not to be so stereotypical, but like I grew up in a small town. A lot of the people are the
Mhm.
same exact way they were when they were 18.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, Lane grew up in a small town, and yeah, it was very, just
Not that it was bad. It was
rural
great to grow
is
up in a
what I'll
small town.
say.
They peaked in high school. It's fine. They peaked in high school.
Yeah,
Casper.
your popularity was based on how loud your truck was.
Or who
Yeah.
actually paid for your car, mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
Not the hoopty that you pay for yourself.
Mhm.
I can't.
Bianca. Okay, so Bianca said that her husband is 12 years older,
That's
but
not
she
bad.
doesn't use
Thank you.
daddy. Okay.
I'm fine.
you.
All right.
I was like, I don't mind an age gap. That's fine. I know
Yeah.
friends that 10-year age gap. That's okay. The word, no.
We were
No,
my
no,
best
no,
friend
no,
and
no.
I, like, oh God, so many years ago, we're in a bar. And this guy comes up to her, leans on the bar, I'll never forget, and looks at her and goes, "Hey, who's your daddy?" And my girlfriend turns, his name is Mike, and he's at home right now.
That's a great answer. Oh
Walks
my god.
away.
First of all,
I'm like,
you
really?
don't
That's
call
your pickup line?
yourself daddy. First of all,
No.
Bianca, just homework for you. Next time, just say it and see
Don't.
what he does,
Don't.
and then report back.
Don't.
Thank God my
Next week, Bianca reports we're getting divorced, Nicole. Thanks.
Yeah, please don't experiment with your marriage based on Nicole's advice.
Nicole, how about you say that to Joe and then you report back to us? I know that he might not be that much older, but go ahead and try that and see how that plays out.
Ma'am, if you think we haven't already tried it, you don't know me very well.
Oh.
But yeah, just do it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We were talking about like during the hoathon for the balls tingling, like you always hear like balls tingling in romances.
Mhm.
And I actually wanted to know if it was true. So I asked my husband, he's like, I don't know. I'm not focused on that. And I was like, okay, well, next time homework, I need you to focus on it. Okay. Because people need to know.
Julie Anne Lindsey like multitasking, like this should not be okay. Michael should not be associated with this.
She gets her book off the shelf. She's like, I'm pretty sure I didn't have any tight balls in here. No, not even for the club. Come on, not even for the club.
So next post-it note.
Next, I didn't even go through post-it notes. I was like, I didn't even go through post-it notes. Okay, my second post-it note was the moving in after a week.
Yeah, that was really fast. I'm not gonna lie, I got some 50 Shades of Grey vibes, and I was just like, they were like married in a month, so that was kind of.
Oh, so should I also not mention that my husband and I went on a date? He came over to my house, and he's still here.
He didn't leave.
He did
I'm
not
just gonna
leave.
go hide under here. It's okay. It works for some people.
It's fine. It's fine.
It works for some people.
Like Nicole,
Balls
it is the
tingling on
exception
this
to the rule.
That's true. That's true. It's worked for some.
I had underlined that she knew he was cheating and still wanted to marry him. That's
Yeah.
okay. If
I
he's
mean,
cheating before you're married, you're screwed once you get
Big red flag.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
Yeah.
Unless there was some kind of understanding because he was,
That's
you
what I
know,
was wondering.
big money, and it's like, okay, well, does she get to go play as well? You know, it's,
And that's,
Is it an open relationship type
yeah.
thing?
and that's
I
why
think
I suspected her from the beginning. Like the
From the
first time I
beginning.
read this, she was my suspect, like the whole line through. I'm like, oh yeah, she definitely did it. Like there's no way it could be anyone else. And then it ended up being the mistress. And I was like, didn't see that coming.
It wasn't her at first until Jasper got all like clingy, and then I thought it
True.
was
Seriously.
Oh, I feel bad. And then Jasper got clingy and weird, and I was like, no.
And she
Like
just
her
like allowed
husband
it
was-
too.
Oh yeah, her husband was dead for 5 seconds, and they're like in the sandcastle, like huddled together, and
Yeah.
she's
Sitting on the
laughing.
porch, huddled and whispering in each other's ears. I was like,
She's laughing because I remember like Everly came out to talk to Grady, and then she turns around and she hears feminine laughing coming from the sandcastle, and she's like, "What's going on?" And it's Judy and Jasper. It's Judy, right? I totally forgot.
Yeah,
her
Judy.
name. Jesus. And even her friend Amelia, she was like looking. She was like, "This is kind of strange. I don't know what he's doing here." Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, even. It was very strange. Very strange.
Are they Kennedys? They might be.
Yeah.
Like his family. They seemed like it. Well, and then she kept talking about like Martha's Vineyard and everything, and I was just like, you guys are all fancy now, aren't you?
Yep.
Very fancy.
Very fancy. But now, now that he's dead, she's super rich, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that she. Okay, I know that we're going towards the end. I mean, we always start at the end and then work our way back.
Way back.
We do.
But I did like how she kind of took over the company, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go ahead and continue on the work." Like, yes, he was kind of the best person, but I'm gonna go ahead and continue with it. Like the college graduates now, like they'll be good enough to kind of like continue on his work. And I'm like, well, that's nice. So at least I think you loved him. Hopefully, and I did like that she kind of like pushed Jesper aside, and at one point,
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, at one point she was just like, yeah, I'm happy to not be being babysat, I think was the word that she used, because like she was either with her family or
yeah, and I honestly didn't get that, because she even said like, can he stay over because I don't want to be alone.
yeah.
I mean, like, so I feel like she kind of facilitated that as well.
It might have been like the first. That might have been like the first, like night she didn't want to be alone, but maybe not like continuously.
But
every
she
moment
wasn't. There
after
were
that.
like 6 or 7 people staying in the house.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of people that needed to stay on the island
Yeah.
until they were interviewed, and a
Yeah.
bunch of them were staying in the guest rooms of Everly's
Yeah.
house. Yeah. So no one was going to be alone in there.
No one was alone, and like if you needed like a shoulder to cry on, I'm sure Everly would have been there for you.
She couldn't sleep. She got the creeper vibes of someone watching her.
Or the 2 aunts, they're very maternal to the whole town.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
The bee thing with the ants was like the cutest thing on the planet.
Oh my god, I love them
Just
so
getting
much.
bigger.
It's a 3-minute video, yes, but we need to have actors. And
Their whole
there's this whole
production.
script that we have, and I was just like, oh my god.
And the
Wait,
score.
we gotta get the props.
The
Yeah,
score.
the score.
She texted to make sure she knew what the score meant. Yeah.
They're so cute. I love them so much. And the
Oh.
fact that, is it Fran? Fran is the one that's running for mayor, and so
Yes.
is Grady's mother-in-law. So that's
Yeah.
going to be an interesting little thing in the 3rd book. But
Just
And I
saying.
love how they had their matching colors. The one's always wearing black and the one's always wearing cream.
Yeah.
Even down to their PJs.
they're
I was like, that's adorable.
I always love, I don't
Weird.
remember. Oh, sorry.
Hey.
I always
What?
love when they kept being like, in the business, this is what we call it. And I graduated with a film major. So I'm like, oh, I mean, it's what anybody would call it. But yes, in the business, technically that is accurate. But you can say it. Most people know these terms.
But they don't have to explain it. That to me was so cute.
But they
They're
do.
super
They
cute.
just explain so adorable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The aunts, they're the best.
They're so cute. Okay, so my next post-it note after that was it was Everly and Amelia trying to revive Craig. And
I know what you're going to say. Keep going.
Because I've talked about this. They're doing mouth to mouth, or they're doing CPR. Don't ever do mouth to mouth without a barrier. I'm just saying this as a medical professional. Please don't. If you find someone, chest compressions will do the job until help arrives. Do not put your mouth on someone else's mouth, okay? Just don't do it.
Every time I hear that now, all I think about you is just being like, shouldn't have done that.
Don't.
Baywatch lied to me my entire childhood.
I know. Unless you have a barrier or a mask, like an ambu mask, where you don't have to have the bag, but you can have like the actual just the mask. Just don't do it. Chest compressions, there's enough oxygen in the blood to sustain until help arrives. Okay, just my little
PSA for the day.
yes.
Oh, was that about Baywatch, Bianca? Yes. I learned everything I knew about CPR
I knew.
from Baywatch. And I have never had to perform it on anyone. So you're welcome. I saved someone's life by not performing CPR incorrectly.
CPR on somebody. Oh gosh. Yeah, just don't.
For us non-medical folks, Nicole, why is that?
Because you can get something. And
Any other
also,
reason?
if you revive somebody, odds are is like you've been pumping a lot of air into their stomach if you don't tilt their head right, and they could potentially throw up on you.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Got
and if your mouth is there, you will get vomit in your mouth. Just
Got it.
Ugh.
All right, Daddy.
No, it's just that it's not like I'm not weirded out by vomit, just the visual of no.
Yeah.
I'm weirded out by it. The thought of it, the smell of it, the sound of it. No, I'm out.
Not perform without a bear. Yeah.
Shannon, our fact checker's here.
Sounds like mayhem already.
There's something about balls we need you to look up, I think.
Yes. Tingling balls. Look it up. Fact check, please. And then exactly.
Yes.
I'm the same way. Like if someone just vomits in my presence, I'm like, or is like gagging or dry heaving, I'm like, I can't hear too much more of that. I cannot.
That's my dad.
Yeah, it's like yawning. It's just gonna make me follow suit.
Yeah.
Just how yawning.
As a kid, my father would run in the opposite direction if I was sick.
Mhm.
I would basically be on my own if I was in the house by myself with my dad.
Oh.
You're fine.
I mean, that's also true, but
an hour into the live, we're just talking about the book. I'm only on my third post-it note. It's fine.
We
It's
talked
fine.
about portions of the book. How Denver is adorable as hell. How Jasper is creepy as hell.
As a nurse from the Stone
I'll
Age.
come back or no?
Cheryl.
Yeah, you do. You get tested for a lot of stuff. Just don't do it. It's okay. It's okay, Shannon. We're just glad you're here when you're here. It's fine. Incognito browser kind of night. Yeah, you don't want to get like weird like ads. It's fine. But you'll
Just
do
clear
it
your
for us,
browser
right? You'll
after.
do it for the club because Bianca won't. Bianca won't do it for the club. I'm just saying.
She didn't want to call her husband daddy. That's not the same.
It's kind of the same.
I
It's
don't
research.
blame you,
It's
Bianca.
fine.
I would refuse it as well.
Okay, so my next post-it note is it's basically Jasper, and I just have like this whole page. This whole page is like I just like put a big like,
Ew.
and I'm like so weird. Bianca's just like, nope, not gonna call him that. It's fine. It's fine.
We got everyone late to the party. It's all good though.
Yeah.
All fine.
Kim, how are you? It's fine. Apparently, we're gonna go on for another hour.
We're on post-it note number 5. You've missed
Yeah.
nothing.
So, basically, this whole like the so weird comment is when Grady and Jasper were going back and forth, and Grady's being a detective and asking the questions, and she was like saying he's like asking if they're like friends, exes, lovers, and Jasper's like, friends, like I appreciate you have a job to do, but I appreciate if you don't make suggestions like that about Judy. And he's like, forgive me, but you've got her all wrapped up like he might try to make off with her. And so it's just going like they're just going back and forth. And Jasper's like, you're suggesting she cheat on her fiance. Judy isn't like that. And Grady's like, husband. And then he's like, widow. We're just going back and forth, like fighting. I was like, why are you guys being so weird? Very strange. It was very strange to me. But yeah, that whole I didn't want to highlight the whole page, but I was like, this whole page is weird.
I just pressed star. I'm like, this is just strange.
Oh,
It really was.
I mean, Grady's doing his job. It was Jasper that I thought was very, very strange. Okay, so next post-it note. Oh, why is this one like so far in? Very weird.
Skipped a lot. Anything we need to talk about?
No, I mean like the actual post-it is like really far in. Like I didn't realize that it was a post-it because it was so far.
Got it. I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Even though I finished my Guinness, guys. Everyone's just like, oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm still talking in full
sangria's
sentences,
in,
sort of, so.
I'm
My
on my
husband brought
second gen, so I'll be there soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm on my second sangria, so yeah.
I've
My
changed
husband-
to water, so.
My husband brought in my third. I'm on my third, truly.
I've got
Yeah,
grape
you're not
soda.
so sweet like me.
Get
So
your
there's
drinking
that
on.
grape soda.
I'm not allowed to drink, so I'm pretending.
Oh, speaking, my next post notes is the boozy grapes. Like they were doing like marinated the grapes in red wine from a local vineyard, frozen them, then rolled them in sugar and popped them back in the freezer. I'm like, that sounds so delightful.
Yeah, those did
We
sound
used
good.
to, my family friend of my dad's used to do that. He used to pour like some flavored vodkas over different fruits and then put them in jars and put them in his like basement. And one or two would kill you because they after like marinating for a long time, they're potent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one of those party watermelons where you just like cut little holes and then you put like the little like bottles of like different alcohols in there and just let it soak overnight. It's like, yeah, this was a great idea.
I would literally
If you don't have to
not
drive,
be able
it's a
to
great
get up
idea.
from the table.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Jasper. I like that name. No, he's a jerk. You're not gonna like him.
We don't like him.
Yeah.
He
That name is
doesn't come
ruined.
back, does he, Jasper?
No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
good. Okay, good.
Not to
Like,
my
and now I'm
knowledge.
hiding because I'm admitting I didn't read the book. Shannon.
It's okay. Just do the appropriate homework, Shannon, and you'll be fine. You can be redeemed.
Yeah, exactly. You just do those research about the tingling balls, okay? Thank you. Third post-it, third beverage. Makes sense. I like it.
It's good math.
It's okay. We're just kidding. I feel like this live is just gone. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, she was talking about working out and she was saying like jumping jacks and high knees were out of the equation until I bought a sports bra. It's very true.
And how her thing kept on beeping, be more active.
I love
I love
that.
that. At
Be
one
more
point, didn't she
active.
want to like chuck it in the ocean? And
Well,
I
she
was just
shouted
like,
at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like be more active. She's like, I can't go out without a chaperone. So funny. Poor thing. Honestly, I'm glad my Fitbit never does that. But my Apple Watch does tell me to breathe at some point. I'm like, I am breathing. Okay.
No, it wants you to stop and breathe. Have you ever clicked on it?
Nope.
Oh, if you click on it, it makes you like focus on it because I've done it before, and it just like it has you focus on your breathing. So it knows you're breathing, but it wants you to calm down because you have an elevated heart
because
rate.
my heart rate is super high because I'm stressed out. So it wants me to stop and take a breath, and I can't. And I'm like, listen,
Mine tells
Siri,
me.
don't tell me what to do.
Mine
I
does
will
tell
live
me
in my
to
rage. Oh yeah, see, Siri's already coming through. Like, did you need me? No. It was admit I didn't read it or skip live show and I wanted to hang out.
That's okay. Then. You're
Excellent choice.
you're forgiven.
You don't have to read it. You can come and hang out.
For the
It's
first,
so-
Spoilers.
yeah, for the
Yeah.
first book, I read it like a week before the live show, so I pretty much like forgotten everything. It was a good thing I wasn't live on the video. That I was just in the comments. I'd forgotten most of it.
But
I was
felt-
worried because I had to read it yesterday. I was like, am I going to forget stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I had to re-listen to it. But I felt there was an Aaron size hole. I'm like, where's Aaron?
Well, the sign up was full last time
Yeah.
round, so but I did fill my name in for like the next forever. So
Forever. Forever.
Aaron's the same, so now it's just me, Nicole, Aaron for the first 3. The rest of the 3 you got to fight for. Alicia, Sherry, you go in there like me.
Yep.
I'm not opposed to it.
until StreamYard increases the amount of attendees.
Mhm.
You
True.
can.
I'm just happy that this makes me cool to my younger brother now that I'm on YouTube. I'm cool to my younger brother now.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have more. You can have up to 10 if you
What?
buy like a subscription
Hell
Yeah.
for StreamYard. And I'm just like, okay, well, until I get my first check for my monetization, it's the free version. Your Siri impression has an accent. That's because my Siri has an accent.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I changed mine to Irish.
Mine's Australian.
Mm-hmm. I think it's British and it's a man and his name is David.
I like it.
For infinity with the for infinity.
I was
And
on an
beyond.
English little man. I called him my English little man in my phone for Siri, and then I found that they had an Irish one, and he was just delightful. So
You're like,
I
yes.
kept him in my pocket.
Yes, I get constantly accused of flirting with my Siri because I say please and thank you.
I do it too. Okay, it's not just me.
Yeah. No, Lane curses at theirs, and it's never helpful to them. And I always tell them it's because you're mean to them. And you're going to be the first to die in the robot apocalypse. That's what I'm saying.
Siri's gonna remember that. That's my mom too. My mom thinks Siri's always talking back to her, and I was like, Siri can't talk back to you. Like she's like Siri has an attitude in her voice. I'm like, I promise you she doesn't. It's fine. Oh my
So
God.
yeah, now Cheryl, you have to reread them. Next live stream is in 2 weeks.
Yes, do it.
So start on Sunday of August 1st. Nicole, is your birthday on a Saturday? It is a Saturday, right?
Mhm.
August 1st.
I
is the
can't get
4th.
over that we're talking about August.
I know.
I can't.
Someone told me happy 2021. I was like, what? What happened to 2020?
2021.
2020 just spilled into 2021. It's all
It
just
did.
It's just one
It's
big
all just-
year.
It is.
You know what? It just keeps going faster, and that means I'm just that much closer to retirement and just going to be there that much faster. So that's
True.
I like the way you
that's how
think.
I'm dealing with all.
I like the way you think.
I like
Yeah.
that because I've been listening too much to Dear Hank and John. He's like, one day you're just closer to death. And I was like, I mean, that's not a
See,
lie.
that's what my grandfather used to say to me, and I'm like, don't tell me that.
Just one day close. Well, thanks, Hank and John. Oh my God.
It's just John. Hank has a much happier mindset, but
Oh yeah,
They
because
balance each other well.
they do.
John just likes to make people cry. That's fine.
Oh.
I signed. Bianca, I signed something for 2019 the other.
Wishful
We're gonna
thinking.
pretend like 2020 didn't happen.
If only that was an option.
Exactly. It's gotta, it's gotta. Be
I don't
right?
know. It's an election year. It's
Oh no!
No.
Hank and
I-
John,
that's right.
they're wonderful.
That's what I said to my brother. I'm like, can I just relive my 30th birthday since I didn't have one?
Oh
Because
yeah,
we were all stuck in the house since I didn't
Yeah.
have one.
yeah.
I'm
Can
gonna.
I just skip 31 and just do a redo of 30?
Yes, you can. It's allowed. I'm gonna be 30
Mhm.
until I die.
For the
I
next,
have anxiety. No Hank and
Oh,
John.
I've decided
for me.
it's 29. Forget 30. I'm staying at 29.
Yeah.
No, because I want to be 30, flirty, and thriving. So I have to be
I'm telling
30.
you, your 40s were great because you just stopped completely giving a shit about all the things.
Oh, that is kind of true. You just don't care anymore.
Oh.
I know. I'm 2 years away. Well, right, a year and a half away from 40 now, and honestly,
Yep.
whatever.
No shits are given anymore.
It's kind of nice though. But it's like you wasted so much time worrying about stuff, and you're like, what did I do that for?
Mhm.
You know what was weird is I made an offhand comment to my mother the other day about being middle aged, and she kind of did a thing, and it's like,
Oh
it's like,
gosh,
yeah, I guess.
you are.
My
Yeah,
parents had me. My parents had me really young, so everybody thinks my father's my husband and my mom's my sister.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
'Cause my parents had me at 19 and 18. So
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
I'm like,
that's true.
they're like, shouldn't your husband be helping you with that? I'm like, that's my dad. That's
That's my dad.
My God.
I love, don't get me wrong, my father's a very good looking man, but that's disgusting. No.
This is not Regency London. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
In that situation, you should be like, "Yeah, Daddy, get it."
No.
Shades of purple. Oh my god.
I love how all of us cringe when Nicole is just like cackling over there.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Sorry, I'm so bad, Nicole. Okay,
I mean, I get it. I understand why people think it because my parents are very young, but still, it's creepy. It's like,
Well,
no.
my husband had his kids when he was quite young. So my stepson is 25.
Yeah.
And my stepdaughter's 24. So you'd think that they were siblings, not
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
So I get it.
That's what I get all the time. And my dad remarried, so my younger siblings are a lot younger. But
Mm,
he started having my younger siblings when I was 25. So whenever I'm
Yeah.
with them, they're like, "You have great looking kids." I'm like, "Thank you, but they're not mine."
Thanks. Oh, Cheryl's your birthday on the 31st too?
31st of
oh,
August.
congratulations.
Oh,
Sorry. I know, like I saw that and you were gonna get really excited and I was like, in August.
that's fine.
I
I
just
didn't want to
laughed.
share my birthday anyway. It's fine.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
The kids just go, "No, she's my sister," and it's hysterical. I'm like,
Wow.
but I could be your mother, considering there's a 25-year age difference.
Wow.
That'd be your
Yeah.
mom.
I'm the youngest. My oldest sibling, he's a brother that I don't really talk to. He's like in
Yeah.
his 50s. Yeah.
Wow.
hmm
My sister's
So now
too.
that I'm the youngest, so I'm getting, in my 30s, and my mom's like,
You're not allowed to be that old.
Yeah.
wait, what? Because if you're that old, that means I'm this
Yeah, my
old.
mom just said that today. I'm like, no.
Oh, you're the oldest. I'm
Wow.
the youngest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
I'm the baby of two.
I'm the oldest.
So.
I was like, yeah, I'm spoiled. I'm a little baby.
I'm the oldest of. As of 2 weeks ago, I'm the oldest of 6.
Wow.
Wow.
My parents divorced after having me and my brother, and then
Oh,
they're
okay.
married.
Mhm.
The little munchkin was born 2 weeks ago. So
Nice.
So cute. So cute.
Have you got a chance to snuggle him yet?
Hmm?
Have you got a chance to snuggle him yet?
no, I'm in Tennessee. They're in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So I won't.
No.
Jersey will always be home though.
Yeah.
But I'm going in. Hopefully they're not watching. I'm going in October to surprise them.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they're not watching. That didn't just happen. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, all my little brother's birthdays are the first week and a half of October, so that's why I'm going.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. They'll be 7, 5, and 2.
Wow.
7, 5, and 2.
And then the baby, the
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
munchkin.
Mine are all older than that.
Let me tell you, it's great. Like I was just talking about baby fever. It's great to be like, I don't want to have kids that close together.
Yeah.
It's yeah. We
Especially all boys.
oh yeah. I had 2 girls within 18 months, so it's.
That's pretty much yeah.
We figured we were already in the trenches with diapers and everything, and I was just like, you know what? Once we're out of this, I don't think I can go back. So it's now or never.
Yep. No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next closest sibling, we're 18 months apart.
Wow.
My brother and I are 6 years and 2 weeks apart.
6 years. Wow.
Mhm.
They're like, no, I can't. I don't have that much energy for multiple babies and diapers. I cannot.
I don't know if I could even have kids at this point. I had Jack Ryan when he was a little kitten, and oh my God, the energy he took out of me. I was just like, I don't know how you parents do it. Like, he's a cat. He's self-sufficient half the time. But the other half of the time, I had to entertain him. I was just like, oh, if this thing depended on me full time, power to you parents. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how my dad's wife did it pregnant during COVID, being a nurse working on a COVID.
Oh.
Oh,
35.
How did I not know this?
Sugar.
Did I know this?
What?
35 cousins.
Oh, yeah. My family's like that. We're all half of them I don't even know them. We just all have the same last name.
I have one brother and I have 3 cousins, and that's it. And all my cousins are guys, so I'm the only girl on both sides of the family.
That was me and my oldest cousin till the baby came.
Mhm.
We were the first two born, and then there were all boys after, and then 31 years later, my dad has another little girl.
Oh, nope, that's half the family. Hold on.
But you expect big families and
Nine
Italian
cousins.
families, I
have
guess.
That's true.
That's par for the course.
But I
Yeah.
know what you mean, Jen. I used to work in offices with like just women, and they'd all sit around talking about childbirth and babies. And I'd sit there and go, reason number 928, why I'm never having children.
It's not
I feel
for
like
everyone.
I have a running list.
Right?
I was like, a part of me wants to experience it, but the other part of me is just like, I'm so lazy. Like, will a mom instinct like kick in and just be like, you have energy? Because it's just like he can't. I didn't even know it was a thing. Like, I slept so hard, but then of course, like, because my parents, they were like, we're gonna keep him in your room. So then like he curled up next to me on my shoulder when he was tiny little munchkin.
Yep.
And so like I was afraid of like rolling onto him. So then like anytime he like moved slightly, I was just like, I'm awake, I'm here. Like what does mom need to do?
Available.
Oh, it's crazy.
Thank you, Shannon. And I know Kim put this on. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's like honestly, it's just like it's sink or swim with kids. You got to do it. You know, it's like there's no other option.
Yeah, so it's like you have to know going into it, being like, all right, I'm prepared to just never sleep again. And
Most of the
I like
time, they're
sleep.
fun.
I just remember that one line from Eat, Pray, Love. I don't know if it was in the book or the movie, but she said something about having kids, and she's like, "You've got to be sure. It's like getting a tattoo on your forehead.
Yeah.
You know, like you cannot go back on it."
100%.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I always knew, even when I was a kid, I wanted to be a dad. And
That's awesome.
and like I do not push kids on people. Like if you are on the fence, don't. It's
Yeah, you got to be sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can just say from me living with kids with COVID, I give it to parents. Like I couldn't imagine being a parent in COVID. Like, thank God my brothers are little enough that they weren't really in school, but trying to
Oh
keep
gosh,
like no
having to be
I felt
like
so
forced to
Oh.
homeschool when you've never done it before, and it's kind of like,
on
ugh.
top of
But
that.
you
then
know what? You also
work
have to
full-time.
factor in kids' attention spans when they're like 5
Yep.
and 6.
Yep.
They're non-existent.
Yeah.
Non-existent. Like sitting a kid in front of a computer for 4 hours isn't going to work when they're 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
I give them all the credit in the world. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
5 or more.
I wanted to too, but that's not what happened. So
Yeah,
It's
I want
fine.
kids too. 5.
I'm an
No.
aunt and uncle. I'm an aunt. I'm not an uncle. I have a niece.
Yeah.
So I get all the fun of playing with them, sugaring them up, and
yeah.
sending
Yeah.
them home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then send them home.
See, I have a
Yes.
ton of friends that have kids, and I'm their, auntie, and I'm just like, being an auntie is great because as soon
You
as
get
they
to
start
sugar 'em up
crying or
and send 'em
pooping, I'm
home.
just like, here you go.
Send them
You get
home.
to sugar 'em up.
exactly.
Like I can only do so much, but if they're the right person in the right situation, I probably could. But right now, being like the single life, I'm just going, I don't think
I'm
I can
in the
take care of
same
another
boat.
human being.
If it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
cat.
I'm at that point.
I'm with you. See, I'm a cat mom. I have a four-legged children.
Those are just as much kids. Let me
Yes.
just tell you.
Tell
Fur
me about
parents
it.
are real parents.
I
I
mean,
worry
I
just
have
as
my fur babies, but I would like some 2-legged ones. I would like
I
some
mean, just
2-legged ones.
hack some legs off, and then there's 2. I know that's really terrible. I know, but I had to say the joke. They have
They
little
can't
wheelies.
walk
We're
on
gonna-
2. They can walk on 3. They can't walk on 2.
We're gonna put Jen in timeout for a
I'm
second.
sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone. It was very dry humor. I was just gonna throw it out there.
I like how I'm telling Bianca to call her husband daddy, and then it's just like the line is crossed when you have to hack off pet's leg, Jen. Jeez. Oh my god. Perfect time for a tangent to the book.
No, now I'm like gonna be hated. Nicole, I'm sorry. I can never come back.
I know, like, you're not allowed in my house anymore. You're gonna hack off my kid's leg.
Your dogs are perfectly fine. I couldn't hurt a fly unless if it was 2017 and then they were all gonna die because there was a slight infestation.
I miss having a dog, but I could never have. I could never have a. I like big dogs, so I could never have a big dog in an apartment though.
I redact my earlier statement. Nobody should be hacking off anybody's legs. Just in the business, what we would call this, wrap them in green and then put them in front of a green screen, and then that way they appear to only have
in the business.
There you go.
Business.
We're back
Well
to
done.
the book. All right.
Well done.
Thank God that came full circle. Okay. I think you just got away with never having a baby. Like, do not just have Jen. Like, house it. Just don't do it.
Kids.
Just not with dogs.
I'm good with dogs too. They have so much energy and they want to play, and I'm just like, after a certain point, I'm like, this is why I prefer my cat, because I can play with him for a few minutes and then I can just kind of let him be, and then he's fine.
Cats hate me.
Oh no.
I don't know why. I don't know. Cats.
Don't mistake, Kim. We got the humor. It was just morbid.
That sounds like a nice recovery.
This video is not being monetized. We're talking about tingling balls, daddy king, and dog mutilation. Thank you, Jen. God.
The other two was fine. It was the dog thing that really set it over the edge.
Really so. Like, I was being monetized at the beginning, even with Daddy King. Now you're talking about hacking off dog legs.
I said put it in tape now. I redacted my original statement and I said tape them up with green tape.
Whatever helps.
Just the front two legs, and then put them in front of a green screen.
I'm just having flashbacks.
Making a community guideline for animal endangerment. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Jen. It's fine.
You all know I could never hurt a fly, all right? Nicole wanted me to take my cat off the table because she's allergic and he was sniffing her food, and I was like, he's fine. Let him be whatever he wants to be. And she starts flicking water at him. Like, don't do that. That's mean. Do you really think that after that story,
I know, like, I actually water at her cat and she's like, oh, my baby.
I mean, yes, he
tell
did
him not
deserve
to
it.
smell my water.
Nicole, I'm on Jen's side with this here. It's you were in that cat space. He was there first. That's
No. I'm sorry. When it comes to animals and food, I can't.
I'm sorry. No matter what dwelling I'm in, I am the alpha, and you will respect my alphaness, even if I have to make you.
If it's a house
If that
with cats,
means
that
flicking
doesn't
water
work.
in your face, that's what needed to be done.
I just like that he got the revenge later that evening where
I
he
know,
just
he
like
just
laid
sat
on the
on my
back of your
chair.
chair, stares at you.
Just like
Nothing will beat my dad's dog licking my coffee. Like, she drank my coffee cup. I legit made a whole cup of coffee, put it on the side table, and I look over and she's drinking it. I'm like, no. That's not okay.
I won't
twist on the cat on the table issue. Don't make me choose.
You don't have to choose
No
Bianca.
round.
It's okay.
It's fine. Y'all are
I
entitled
got
to
Aaron
your
on my
wrong
side.
opinion.
I
It's
think
fine.
Sarah, did you agree with me? I'm gonna say yes. So
I'm a
it's
cat
agreed.
mom. They rule. Wherever they want to go. They want to
Y'all
drive
are-
the car, that's fine. Just make sure you're safe. That's all.
Y'all are entitled to your wrong opinion. That's fine.
I mean, there's 5 of us and 3 of us have one opinion. So Alicia did say that cats don't like her, so she's kind of
Cats hate
we're
me.
gonna call you Switzerland. So
I could put all of y'all in timeout. Let's just be real.
we might actually talk about the
Maybe then we'll get to the Post-its.
We're like halfway through, y'all. Oh my god.
and Bianca is Swiss as well.
We need to start like doing this on like Friday nights.
Oh my god. You can't come at me for that. That's it. Oh my gosh, you guys, you drive me nuts. Okay, so the first time that Everly sees the guy in the pickup truck. It's like, the driver of the pickup looked nerve-wrackingly similar to my ex. And he's like, Wyatt wouldn't dare come to Charm. I was like, it's her ex. It's fine. It's her ex. There ain't no way. Oh, gosh. Poor thing. Oh, yeah, this is when we found Pete dead. I'm like, I guess it's not Pete.
He did
Whatever
die,
you
though.
decide. Yes, he did.
Pete,
did
no.
he die? Oh, he had a
didn't die.
heartbeat. He had a
He had a
heartbeat.
Yeah,
heartbeat,
right.
and he came back in the end.
Got it.
He was like
Right.
he was hit over the head with something,
I think so.
Yeah.
but they never said what she hit them with.
Some sort of instrument,
Something.
I'm sure.
Bianca. Yeah, we can't hear you. You're good.
I forget I can't take y'all with me now.
I will say that sometimes when I'm listening to people talk, though, whether it be like a live stream or a podcast, if I have to go to the bathroom, I do feel weird about it. I'm just like, maybe I'll pause it real fast and I'll come back to you when I'm done.
Yeah,
Just
y'all are
in
making me laugh so hard. I'm on my third Truly. I've had to pee for the last 30 minutes.
case. We haven't made you smoker laugh yet, though, so it's not yet.
That's
it's
true.
not yet
It's
a
not
victory.
an official live. Yeah.
I'm close though.
My dad always used to say that I'm not really laughing unless I sound like Kylie Whiplash. I'm like, that is not fair. Stop.
Okay, next post-it note. Ryan is asking Everly, are you seeing that detective romantically? And she's like, no, why? I'm like, don't lie. Don't dare lie.
Is that the line
Well,
where he
she's
says
not
he looks like
lying
a puncher?
technically.
Yes, it's where it's like, because he's kind of like, like she's very unsteady because they just found Pete. And he's like holding her, and it's like, she's like, no, why? He's like, well, he began clearing his throat because the good detective is headed this way and he's not a small man. I don't think being caught with my arm around his girlfriend was in my face's best interest. I like how Liz is trying to keep us on track. Next post is no Nicole.
Well, she did. Kim
Keep
also
moving.
said that she agreed that Sarah Jen about cats rule everything. So, yes, we're getting more cat people.
Y'all,
We
it's
band
fine.
together.
Y'all are entitled
I
to your
just thought it
wrong
was-
opinion. Whatever.
I
helps
thought it
you
was
sleep
funny
at
that
night.
his ringtone was Pink Panther.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That made me laugh every single time. I don't know why, but it just made me laugh every time.
That was a nice touch. I did like that.
Yeah. Super cute. He looks like a puncher.
I literally, because I was doing my Lego thing, and I had to stop because I was like, puncher, who's punching who? So I had to go back like 3 times, and like for the 3rd time I finally got it because I missed the joke a couple of times. I was like, he is a puncher. He would take you out in a heartbeat. I love Grady.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, sorry.
And
keep going.
every time she felt like someone was watching her, when we find out that Wyatt is actually in town, I was like, it's freaking Wyatt. Just like creeping on her. He's
Was
weird.
it Wyatt or was it the girlfriend?
It was probably the girlfriend, but I just think
it
it's
was
Wyatt.
probably Cynthia.
It could have been both.
It could have been.
Yeah, they
both.
never really
very
actually
much
did
so.
that. And the camera with all the pictures of Everly,
That
no,
was
I would have
weird.
moved. I would have been like, all right, well, you're going to finish this investigation. I'm going to take a trip to Hawaii where there was supposed to be, a honeymoon. I'm just going to go ahead and take that.
Yeah.
Should I
That-
take Denver with me? You can
Yeah.
join us later.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me a flashback to SVU surveillance, and like the copy machine was spitting out all the photos.
God.
Oh
Yes.
my god, run!
Run!
Yeah.
Get out of there!
That
Maybe
is
we
just an immediate.
Listen, Liz, if these get so long where we need an intermission, I mean, I'll allow it. It's fine. But
Well-
yeah,
We'll just leave Jen to coordinate the live
yeah.
until
right.
we'll have a bathroom break.
What I'll do is I'll
God.
talk about my Lego piece. Don't worry. I got this.
they're not.
or the cat manga.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I know,
Page
just showing
one.
pictures of
Does
live
anyone
video.
need a break? Does anyone need to go to the bathroom? I've got it right here. Chapter 1. A cat is lost.
Read it. Read the manga. Y'all can go and honestly, I feel like I just feel like this should just be said. If we're ever in a live and y'all need to go to the bathroom, just go. It's fine. Just go. It's okay. I don't ever want to hold you hostage.
Yes, you
It's
do.
like, and then it's just me in the back, like, Nicole, take your own advice. Because I can literally hold my bladder for like 8 hours. It's fine.
That's funny. It just made me think of school. And in this book, Everly runs into her teacher and feels the need to raise her hand before speaking.
Yes, Everly.
And she makes fun of her for buying Twinkies. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was her health teacher.
I knew that person that would make fun of me for buying Twinkies like 20
She had
years
to defend herself. She's like, this is for a road trip.
Yeah.
That's not going to make it better, Everly.
For a road trip, and she was like, do you like, you know, all that artificial sugar and like whatever she was saying? She was like spouting off all these like science words, and she's like, yeah, kinda.
Wasn't she the one that told her about the girlfriend staying there like 2 days before she
Yes, because she was running.
That was her.
She was running the inn that Cynthia was in, and she was saying like, she's been here for a week and she's driving me crazy. And she's like, oh, do you mean she's been here since Friday? And she's like, no, she's been here since Wednesday. So that's how Everly finds out. But Grady already knew because he's a great detective.
Yeah. And speaking of cat moms, let me just tell you, I do have a cat shirt on.
Nice.
I don't have it. Oh, okay, hold on. See if I can get it. Oh, my book. Let's see. Hold on. Ah!
Jesus.
Can you read it?
Abs, Jen. Life
I don't
is
have
better.
With
With
coffee,
coffee.
cats, and books. I love it.
Perfect. Oh, that's such an
That's
adorable
cute.
picture, too.
And then Lisa, if you're still watching, something fell. I don't know what it was. She got me this.
Your book. If it involves books, rainy days, tea,
Love
and cats, count me in.
That's awesome. Just switch out cat to dog and that'd be a great one.
Gotcha. Yep.
Was it my book?
That's it.
Is that what fell?
You said your book fell, I thought.
I know, but I feel like I heard something else fall. Oh, it's a magazine. We're okay.
We're okay. Okay, so this is when Grady was telling Everly to not go out walking by herself. Like, she should just not be alone ever. And she's like, what if I accidentally ask the killer to keep me company and he kills me? Grady gripped the back of his neck and looked to the sky for a long beat. You know he's counting. You know he's counting.
Yeah. That was what I read.
That's what we learned in book 1. He learned to count to 10 as a coping mechanism for dealing with Everly.
It was stress, not just Everly.
Coping with stress, aka Everly. What I really liked in this book too, and he was just like, "I like you, Everly," and she's like, "Oh, thank you," and he was like, "Because I like you, I do not want to arrest you for obstruction of justice."
I love that too.
Because he so would. Because he's told her so many times.
Well, and he used his line, I'm a detective or sheriff.
Yeah.
Tea shop owner.
Tea shop owner.
And she kept saying, he's like, oh yeah, we're like partners. We can like work together on this. And he's like, no, detective, iced tea shop owner. So funny. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, my next post note is when Jasper just left the door unlocked again. And I'm like, you're an idiot. And he's like, sorry, you never gave me a key. This isn't your house.
You never leave it. Even if you live in a small town, you don't leave a door unlocked ever.
No.
Yeah.
No.
When there's a murderer on the loose. Oh, okay, yeah. This next post note is just when Wyatt, we officially know that Wyatt's in town. Like, I knew that. It's fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, the very next page, I'm like, oh God. Okay. So he said, wow, he said, a shaft of soft apricot sunlight shining down on his face. I'd convinced myself you couldn't be as beautiful as I remembered. Clearly, I was wrong. I'm like, ew. Stop it. Stop it. Gross. Oh, yeah, this whole and I almost highlighted the entire page. Just Grady and Wyatt. Like, she ran away with me once. And he's like, well, I think I speak for the whole town when I say I'm glad you two didn't work out. I'm like, oh my God, Grady, I love you so much. I love you. I love you. Okay, that's my next post-it note. Oh, we talked about that. Okay, what did we think about Ryan when we first met him, and that how he's kind of like latching on to Amelia? What do we think? Do we think he's cute? Do we think he's annoying?
I thought he was the killer, honestly.
Like we did it.
So you're going with annoying.
Yeah.
I thought he was strange.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like like when hold on, where did that post-it note go that I just had? She was saying, I think he's a fake. He only wants one thing, and it's not even a fun thing. He just wants to advance his career. And I'm like, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Like, I just don't like in most books how journalism is made to be like scummy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like, I have coming from a journalism major. I'm like, we're not all horrible. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm like, we're not all bad.
That's true. But yeah, it's just like this stereotypical, like just playing into the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll turn anything into our advantage kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next
Wait,
person.
actually, I have a question.
Answer.
Who does
Go.
everyone think the town charmer is?
That
Do we
was
let's
a
like
question
guess
of mine,
every like does it
too.
change between books and books? Because I remember initially I thought it was Amelia. But this past time, for some reason, like meeting Amelia's dad, I was like, maybe it's Amelia's dad. So now I'm
think it's
thinking
Amelia. I still think it's Amelia.
I think it's either Amelia or one of the aunts.
Mm.
I think they're playing up the fact that they don't know how to use a computer because they use her 10-year-old computer.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I think they're playing it up because the one aunt is in the town council and stuff.
I thought it was the aunts at first, but the first blog post in book number 1, it's kind of showed Everly in a bad light. I don't think the aunts would ever do that.
That's
even if like they're trying to like do like a fluff piece or whatever. That's why I think it could be Amelia, because they did kind of have a falling out when Everly moved away from town and kind of like left her behind, didn't really continue their relationship even when she left with Wyatt. So I feel like those kind of negative feelings with Everly for that first blog post, but then when Everly kind of reached out and they became friends again, things started to shift into kind of Everly's favor, and the blog post didn't really talk bad about Everly after that. So that's kind of why I think it's Amelia. Also, she kind of wants to dip her toes into writing into this book. Right. So I'm like, okay, so I kind of feel like it's Amelia. And I'm going to tell you, from someone who's read every book in the series that is out so far, we still don't know who the blogger is.
And that's
we
why I
probably
want to
won't find out till book 7.
I hope so.
It'll be the third epilogue.
Oh my God. Yeah, seriously, it would be. Julie, if you're still watching, do we find out who the blogger is?
Oh, please tell us we do. I need to at least. You don't have to tell me who it is.
You don't have to tell me who
that
it
is.
If we find out. If we find out in book 7.
Ryan.
Please, for the love of God. Okay.
But yeah, I was curious about that because I was just like, I remember I've been trying to figure it out every time. And so I'm just like, yeah, Amelia has always been my go-to person for, that reason as well. But then it's just, for some reason we met her dad this time and I'm like, her dad is just like so low key that he could.
I feel like
I first thought it was the high school teacher that she had that they met. Was it her high school teacher that came to see her in the first book? No, it was her
ice cream shop.
No, it was her health teacher or something that came.
That was this book.
Saw her.
This book, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's
not sure.
Teacher. And I don't think it's Amelia's dad, because I feel like in the first book, Amelia was just talking about how her dad can't be left alone because he's kind of like older.
And he falls asleep.
I just don't feel like I don't see him writing a blog post, but that could be a front. That could be a front.
Right.
Maybe they're doing it together because they own the bookshop.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. So I'm just her best friend
Amelia,
or
yep.
someone on the town council. Also, why I think it's Amelia. Sorry.
You're like, her best friend Amelia, yes.
It's because the blog post actually said that her and Everly were doing CPR on Craig. And when they first started doing that, they were by themselves. So it's like, I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's such a small town. So this goes back to the first book where everyone like showed up and all of a sudden was like calling everyone and their mother being like, oh my God, this happened. So like as soon as the report went out, they could have been like, oh, we're all here. They were starting that, but.
Stop blowing holes in my theory.
I'm just trying to. Nicole, this is why.
General. If you grew up in a small town, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody's business.
I'm just tallying reasons why I think it's Amelia.
I want it to be her because and this one, when she started writing the book, I was like, oh, that would be really easy for her to just kind of do. But then she also seems like she has a ton of stuff on her plate. So
she does.
Maybe her dad helps out sometimes, and she just says that he's sleeping.
He just says that he's.
It's a front for everybody.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I think it's her friend. Julie.
Julie's probably asleep.
Probably.
Or working.
Or editing on the 12 books that she's having released this year. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Okay, next Post-it note. Okay, so we talked about this already, but this is the actual line that I couldn't remember. It's like, so you enjoy contaminating your system with dyes, sodium nitrates, and partially hydrogenated oil. And she's like, kind of. That is exactly me. I was like, yes, if it's like the worse it is for you, the better it tastes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's just science. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Okay. This is okay. My next post note is when we find out that Cynthia has been in town for longer than she said, and I'm like, dun dun dun. And last post-it note is just the recipe for the blushing bride because I want to make that.
I can't believe you didn't talk about the star on Blue.
Oh yes. Okay. When her feet was stabbed with the knife, Grady put
and the pie filling.
Oh yeah, that too.
The pie filling.
Oh yeah, the pie. She's like, it's blood, and he was just like, it's actually, and he just like licks it.
Oh, I would have done that.
I'm like, first of all,
when he reaches it to her too, it's like a pie filling.
No, that's just weird. Even if it is,
kind of like if you're a parent and your child is covered with like a brown substance, and you're praying to God it's chocolate.
Yeah.
Just wipe them off. Don't smell it. Don't lick it. It's fine.
But yeah, and then he puts that little silver star of duct tape on the hole in her golf cart. That's really cute. And yeah, we still didn't get a kiss.
Probably not till what, book 4?
We don't even have a date.
A date? Oh, I know. We have. What you mean? They haven't gone on a date. I know when we get a kiss, just because I've read the series. But yeah, it's like this is the slowest of slow burns.
But if this was real life, this wouldn't it wouldn't be that slow. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the cozy mystery, you can't have romance.
Yeah, I know, but if it was
hurtful.
But if it was real life, like you'd be like, home slice, either make a move or don't.
True.
Oh yeah. True. I would have begged him as soon as it was ethically possible. Like, I'm no longer a suspect. Bet. Okay.
Not even, Nicole. You would have wolf whistled at him in the moving truck, and you would have been like, let's go, partner. You wouldn't have even waited for the murder to happen.
You got your bed set up yet? I've got mine over here.
Need a place to stay?
I've got 15 bedrooms in the house that I just bought.
Want to check them out?
Ignore those rooms. There's only one bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Thanks for calling me out.
It's what I'm here for.
Can't get a kiss in book 2. Got to string it. Yeah. Yeah, that's 100% accurate.
Because I kept going too because I was just like, they need to be together. The murders
I
are
kept on
secondary.
saying in my head, like, stop flirting and just talk. Like, admit you both like each other.
Oh.
Stop it.
And they have,
For me,
They
I'm just like, stop flirting and bang. Like, just
Right, but it's
do
like,
it.
come on, just admit you both like each other, and he's got the cutest kid on the planet. That's even more. That's like gravy. Like, come on.
you're basically already his mom. So just tell Denise, all right, Denise, you're going to go ahead and take Grady for the night or Denver for the night. And Grady and I are going to go for this.
You were right the first time.
Her Christmas tree series is a slow burn too, but not as slow as this one. At least in the Christmas tree series, we get a
crawl.
kiss.
This isn't even slow. This is crawl.
Yeah,
this
it's
is like,
crawling.
yeah, it's not.
There's nothing even burning. We're striking rocks
No,
together.
embers.
They're still trying to get the fire lit. They're like, come on, man.
Got a magnifying glass next to the dry leaves. Come on.
They're like blowing on the tinder, like
Yeah.
Because you know at one
One
point it's
bed.
going to spark. And you're just like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. Shannon, it's science. It's science. I did read a cozy once where there was talk of sex on page. Oh, they were talking about it. Can't remember which one because it was a library borrow. Dang. Okay, so if you haven't read Julia Buckley, Writer's Apprentice series, it's kind of darker than your traditional cozy, but there is a pretty good romance in that one as well. And they actually do get together, by book 3, which is nice. But that's a really great cozy. That's a really great cozy series.
We got a kiss in the cracked spine in the first book. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
oh, okay.
scandalous. Oh my god, it's clutching my
My
pearl.
smelling salts.
I know.
They reference that they are in an intimate relationship. So it is
Yes.
mentioned.
But they don't. There's nothing on page.
On
like
page, no.
Yeah, there won't be.
When you guys get to book 3 in that series, let me know how you feel about how it ended. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
I'm
so you're already
starting
on
it
book
tomorrow. Don't scare me.
I am on book 3. Yeah, because Hoopla have up to 4. So I was just like,
4.
3? Oh yeah, you did say that.
I think they're releasing 5 for audio. I want to say in February. If that's
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Jen.
They're a little bit
And
behind
Alicia.
with audio.
yeah, I've read the first 3.
I've read the first 2.
I
I'm
was
waiting on
bummed.
my hold.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was bummed that the third one had a different narrator because I really, really loved the narrator.
I'm glad
Again.
you gave me a heads up on that, though.
Yeah, because
Look
I
at
first
you,
started and I was
what?
just like, this is not the same person. Who you be?
Because you're like, if I wasn't prepared, it would have been a catastrophe.
I almost stopped reading it right then and there. I was just like, I don't know if I want to continue.
I just
with
want a
this book right
side
now.
story with the cab driver and his wife because I think they're adorable.
I love them so
They're so cute. I just like
much.
I want their love story from like 20 years ago. Like they're adorable.
Everly's a good girl, and she's not going to kiss on the first 6 books, or at least 3.
But we need it.
Everly
wanna
needs to tap into her inner hoe, please.
Yeah, I know. Leave it to
Come
Julie Anne
on, you
Lindsey to make
live
this.
in a beach town. Like it's a kind of expected.
Come on. Let's do it.
I just think of that Tangled meme where the guy got the little 2 unicorns. That's all
Yeah.
I'm asking for. All right, that's all I'm asking for. We'll start with there.
We'll start there. But yeah, that was my last Post-it note. Anything else that we didn't go over that you want to talk about?
Even if it's not about the book, because we did talk about a lot of other stuff.
I get such a kick out of this series that it's almost like Julie tried to do kind of like a redo on Patience Price.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
she wanted to, I wouldn't want to say correct mistakes, but just she like it very much seems with this series that the island setting, coming home after a long time, wild horses as opposed to wild ponies. It seems like she was trying to do it the way she really wanted to, and I have full respect for that. That it just kind of has this sort of Patience Price vibe to it that I really loved with Patience.
Yeah.
So I'm not even mad about it. Like,
she definitely did learn. She learned a lot from those, first series, like learned what exactly, is with a traditional cozy. Because she says all the time, like Patient Price and Geek Girl, they're not traditional cozies. They're more like amateur sleuth, full on like murder mysteries, not necessarily cozies. So yeah, it's kind of like you could tell she did learn a lot about the genre, and she applied like masterfully. I mean, this is done like there's. Honestly, I can't think of one thing in this series that is bad that I would change. So like, it's fantastic.
I did kind of like with Geek Girl that she went with an older heroine though. Like every heroine in a book is in their mid-20s. I'm like, can we have one that's like maybe 35? Like and has their shit together or something,
Seriously.
Like, doesn't need a guy, but hey,
he's there.
Yeah, like has their stuff together, knows what they want.
September 15th, Bonnie and Clyde, Burden of Proof. I think she's 38, 36,
Thank
36,
God.
38.
Oh, nice.
I feel like she's very close to her 40s.
Reading about 25-year-olds, just not even in cozies, just in general. I'm like, why does every woman need to be like in their mid-20s? I don't understand.
That is why I'm really loving the older woman, younger man age gap romances that I'm reading. I'm just like, yes.
But there aren't enough of them. There need to be more. Like, and like girls that aren't a twig either. Like girls that are a size 12 or higher than that. Like,
yeah. That plus size. That's why I liked 40 Love too. I feel like there was great plus size rep in that.
Have you read Spoiler Alert yet?
It's in my library. So yeah, I'm gonna
good.
It. Yeah,
I keep seeing that pop up everywhere.
Oh my God, it's so good. And the second one's coming out. I pre-ordered it. Oh my God.
40 Love was just so cute. And then I cannot wait to read Spoiler Alert. It's gonna be great.
And it's like if you're into Comic-Con type things, you'll love Spoiler Alert.
Spoiler Alert was on sale yesterday or maybe still today for $1.99 on the Kindle.
Yeah.
Nice.
If anyone's interested.
I think the second one's coming out in March. I think.
Oh, is it?
August.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this series like makes me laugh out loud. Honestly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The humor is just fantastic.
Oh, it is still on sale. So.
True.
It is still on sale, Aaron?
Yes, I bought it just now.
You're welcome. Not a live show unless someone buys something.
I know. Go and buy it.
If you like fan fiction, you're gonna love this because it's all about two fan fiction writers.
Oh, okay. I don't actually read much fan fiction, but I did love the crap out of Fangirl. Like I love Fangirl so much.
If you like Fangirl and you liked Game of Thrones, because the character is in like a Game of Thrones type show. The main guy is on like a Game of Thrones type show.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's so cute.
It's strange when they write the 20-something cozies like 70-year-olds. Yes.
Yeah. In their cable knit sweaters.
Excuse me, I knit cable knit sweaters.
Stop.
I know, Sarah's like, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I am the bookish knitter. Thank you.
I would also like a cozy mystery with like older people too. Like
I agree. There is
like the Golden Girls on a murder mystery or something. Like I think that would be so cute.
Golden Girls.
There is a cozy mystery series called The Bookmobile, and it's an older lady who drives a bookmobile. It's delightful. There you go.
Lane read one. Yeah, Lane read one where it was a younger, cop or something, and then his grandfather, who's functional, but he kind of watches after. But his grandfather was a detective back in his day too, and it's the two of them going solving crimes.
That is so cute.
I want to read one. It's a standalone though. It's called Tuesday Murder Club. I forget who wrote it, and it's all about these men that live in like a retirement community, and they solve murders on Tuesday mornings.
Because that's
Just Tuesdays.
Just
Tuesdays.
That's what you do on
That's why
I
Tuesdays.
don't know why, but it just seems so cute to me. I'm like, oh.
I'm an avid reader of anything and everything, and it's very refreshing to read something that's not full of smut. So don't get me wrong.
Agree.
Right, yeah, that's,
Don't get me wrong.
Nicole's
I
just like, that's all.
mean, sometimes you just need a book where they're banging on page 2. Like,
That's the main reason I won't share my Audible account with anybody, because I'm not going to be okay if my father reads some of the stuff that I read on. No, like no, no.
you're like, no, don't do
yeah.
it.
I just picked up my first Blazes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temptation,
And
nice.
So was Blaze a sub genre of Temptation first?
Temptation was the imprint. Blaze was the series, and they kind of did that just to usher Blaze in as an imprint.
Okay.
Yeah. But you'll like it.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
I love
the covers
them. I
are
love them.
amazing already.
Sarah is our category romance queen. So
That's where I get most of my category recommendations.
I read one set on college campus, and she was 28, looking down on her. The younger characters were underage drinking and sex. I mean, if you're not experimenting in college, I mean, did you really go to college? I was just thinking about starting a cable knit sweater.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like they make them like they're dressing up like their grandmothers, and I'm just like, no.
There was a series that I read. Oh God, I can't remember the book. It was this year. The main character was like, it might have been the Hannah Swenson series.
Okay.
And Hannah's only supposed to be like 30.
Yeah.
And she had no clue how to use a computer or a cell phone. I'm like, what the like?
It's like you're not like, 50,
it
60.
just she's written like a 70-year-old, so I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mrs. Polifax Mysteries by Dorothy Gilman. She's a widow and senior citizen who joins the CIA.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued. I'm writing that down.
Where's my thing?
You're back on my book bucket. No, I'm such an enabler. I'm just like, yes, give me the book, Rex. Give it to me.
Even though I don't need to buy any more because I just had to buy more.
It's fine.
Another bookshelf.
That's what I just did too.
I'm like, I can't do this.
I have no shelf control. It's fine.
No shelf control.
Okay. I just dropped money on a brand new e-reader. Did I need one? No. Did I buy one? Yes.
Happy
I
birthday,
The way I look at it is if it's on sale, why not?
Tuesday.
I have to double check the ages sometimes when the women are wearing pantyhose and not using cell phones. Like, what was this written in the 70s? What's going on here?
My one job actually required me wearing pantyhose.
Required?
Mhm.
Really?
Oh,
I worked in Philadelphia. I worked for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program in their HR. They required me wearing pantyhose. And I'm like, this is 2015. No one wears pantyhose.
Nobody. I don't even know where to buy pantyhose.
You wouldn't want to expose your bare gams for those young folks, would you?
Like I didn't even. I was handling hiring. I wasn't even handling the kids. Like, I was handling hiring for other offices.
Wow.
I was like, they actually gave me a printout of all the stuff that they required me to wear. I was like, I've never had a job hand me a printout of what I'm allowed to wear or not allowed to wear.
And let me guess, it's all female clothing, right? That's
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have to tell the males what to wear. It's fine.
They actually had like a length for your skirt or your dress requirement. I'm like, if you're wearing tights or like pantyhose, what does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna see anything.
Dorothy Martin Mysteries by Janine Dams. American Widow who moves to England. 24 books.
Cool, get on it.
That's too much.
Get on it.
Like that's the thing with the In Death series. Like it's 53 books. I'm like, I can't.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading that series though, so it's fine.
I mean, they're really not bad. It's just, but it's 53
really
books.
good. I'm reading it for Rourke. That's really what I'm reading it for. Because
I was going through some of my grandparents' boxes of books, sorting through them, and I came across a book that was billed as co-written by Nora Robert and J.D. Robb. It was funny because you flip it over and it's two images of her. You know, it's Nora Roberts. She's looking all, she's in like a dress and stuff, and then like J.D. Robb's like wearing more black tones. Makeup's different.
The one in the library that I saw as J.D. Robb, she had a fedora on. You couldn't see her face.
Oh, okay.
But it was one of the older ones where like the whole back of the book is the author photo.
Yeah, her picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this isn't Nora Roberts. No.
I kind of like her though, because she kind of like follow her online. She'll read you for filth. If you say anything about her or anybody she knows, she will hang you out to dry.
Oh yeah, she's very
like not handling it.
Yeah, she's great. She handles her business for sure.
Oh,
Our Town 5 series to look into. I mean, the TBR just gets longer with every live, right?
Mm-hmm.
The In Death series is really great.
But when you say it's 53 books long and it's still going, that's insane.
It's still going. Yeah.
Her 54th book is coming out in August. Like, that's insane. In that series alone.
Can we get Julie Anne to do two Bree and Julie Anne on the back cover? Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That is the benefit of donating. You get to start over.
I just can't.
I know I have shelf space now, and I'm just like, ooh, who gets to fill these?
Who gets to fill it up? Yeah.
I know it's been so long since I had blank space on bookshelves. I need to go book shopping, obviously.
There you go.
Place to donate.
Yeah.
It's obvious like this needs to be filled up, so I just need to go book shopping.
I need to find places to donate. I tried to donate to or sell them, and this one place wanted to give me. I had 15 books, and they wanted to give me $7. I'm like, these books are brand new. Are you like, no? Like, even if I sell them for $2 a piece, no.
Mm-hmm.
Give me more money.
When I picked up that new shelf the other day, my husband says, "Oh, look, you have lots of space to fill." I'm like, "Sweetheart, the shelf beside it is 3 books deep."
I need to get another shelf. I'm like, I can't do that.
3 books deep.
And you can't see the ones on the floor over here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to need another bookshelf.
The floor. Yeah, I'm just surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you wanted to read, it's a standalone, but it's actually about one of my hometown. It's Murder at Exit Zero.
Ooh, okay.
I haven't read it yet, but it's a standalone.
Nice.
It's always good to look into.
They're killing somebody in Cape May, New Jersey. But there's not many books where you actually hear New Jersey, so I was like, I have to pick that up.
Oh yeah.
Especially
yes, I do need to fill these. You're right.
Yeah, I might be going book shopping tomorrow because I'm off work, but that's fine.
Yay! That's what I'm gonna do on my birthday.
Is that a cat behind you?
For me?
Perfect.
Oh yeah, there he is. That's my beast.
Is that a cat behind you?
I know we said I saw him earlier, and then I looked over and there wasn't anything there, and I'm like, I forgot to ask, and then I saw him again, and I'm like, Kitty.
That's my old man. He's 15.
Oh.
Old man.
I know.
They're adorable, though.
I don't want to think about. I know what you mean earlier, Nicole. I don't want to think about it.
You can't. Like every little thing, you're just preparing for the worst, and then it's just like.
I know.
I just went through that 2 years ago, and I'm just like not ready for a dog again. Like I'm like, that was too much for me. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not that I'll never have one again. I'm just living in an apartment. Having a big dog is not conducive.
Yeah.
And I do not like small dogs. I'm a big dog person.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't even allow like certain breeds and
Yeah.
Yeah.
if any breeds in like apartments. Yeah. So
I remember my first apartment that I had. I was coming out of my actual apartment, going to the elevator, and this guy gets off the elevator and walks to the apartment beside mine. He's got a Great Dane, and I'm like,
my neighbor's got
I
two
said,
of
"Do
them.
you live here?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He goes,
Two
"They're
of
great
them.
apartment dogs because they don't need to be exercised."
oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Who knew?
Who?
I'm like, I lived next door to Scooby Doo for 2 years.
All right. If anyone doesn't have anything else they would like to say, I do have to wrap this up. But
Nicole's like, I got my egg rolls. I gotta make them.
I have to make egg rolls. I've had to pee for the last hour.
Oh,
It's touch and go here.
okay.
We'll allow it. Fine.
Yeah.
Allow
We'll
it.
allow it.
It's fine. But yeah, the next next live stream, Tide and Punishment. Want to take a screenshot?
Yep.
And tomorrow we're talking with Aveda Vice on my channel. So
Yay.
be there.
I have to download that lizard book that you were talking about.
I Married a Lizard Man. Yes, it's fantastic.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
just have to. I can't do the spider thing, but
I see. I'm
Lizard.
scared because after that TikTok you sent everyone, Nicole, it's Jeff Bezos is going to think I just want to have sex with monsters, and so that's all that's going to be suggested with me. You know, through Amazon.
And that's totally fine. But yes, I Married a Lizard Man. Fantastic. 5 stars for me. I'm just saying, it's great. So if you're not ready for spiders, you might be ready for a lizard husband.
How did it compare to pufferfish?
Oh,
Pufferfish.
listen, the werepuffers.
Night and day.
The werepufferfish. I had to give that book 2 stars just for. It's a werepuffer. I've never read a shifter romance like that, so I had to give it 2 stars for that. But Lizard Husband is so great. The communication and the consent is just fantastic. Great. But yeah, so I Married a Lizard Husband. I Married a Lizard Man.
I just bought one that was a bear shifter. I forget the name.
I like bear
this should be interesting.
Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. I'm glad you got to finish the book in time.
Yes.
All right. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Thank you to my lovely, lovely, wonderful co-hosts. And we will see you in the next one. All right. Yep. Bye, everybody. Bye.